Spirit Alive, Red Stick Sports, where every game begins. 5770 Essen Lane.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Friday, July 26th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 85. In hour one of today's show, we'll talk the 2024 Paris Olympics and maybe mix in some LSU football in there as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let me go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, Peter said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome in. OTB. It's Friday. That's right, man. If you're listening to this, you done made it to the weekend. And congrats. I unplugged my headphones. Congrats to us, man. I hope you all had a wonderful week. I hope you're set up for a great weekend. Maybe you're listening on vacation. That excellent feeling where maybe you're like on a hotel balcony, you got a hot coffee steaming in your hand. Maybe you're on the way to work. But either way, it's Friday, so work isn't really work. Let's have ourselves a time. T-Bob, Jake, Jordan, and Taylor hanging out with you today. Alondra is back home for the weekend, or at Morgan Wallen at least. Jordan, Taylor, what's going on, fellas? Did y'all just talk about NCAA all morning?
A little bit, you know.
How's it going with you? I know ever since your Road to Glory player transferred to a bigger school, you got benched. You had to get humbled a little bit. Thought the grass was going to be greener. Did you ever manage to find the field again?
I'm going to be real with everybody. Right hand of God, I gave up and made a new character.
Wow. Yeah, and you made yourself a 5-star, and he went to look at that.
Listen, man. Let me give you a quick synopsis, right? So you make
no persistence, no commitment.
It's not even about that.
Folding in the face of adversity.
That's my fault because, you know, when you get the game early, you know, I had the shout out to Guarantee for paying me well, so I was able to get the game early. And, you know, you don't really have all the breakdowns of what and what not to do. So you're just going about it with like a chicken with your head cut off, right? So I make a 3-star. I wasn't going to be one of those guys that make the 3-star and I'm jumping to like Georgia or something. And I was realistic. I'm going to work my way up. So I go to JMU.
Yeah.
Right? You know, I know it's a quick way to the field. Shouldn't be that much competition. 3-star, I should be able to make
good
an
team.
impact.
But yeah, 3-star JMU is a good. That's a good get for JMU.
Sun Belt, whatever. Right? Go to JMU for 2 years. Year one, I don't play that much. You know, you're working your way up. Year two, my breakout season. Matter of fact, breakout season so well, I win the best running back award. I'm pretty sure that's the Doak Walker. But
Doak Walker,
but you know, it's not that no more, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm him.
Feeling himself.
It's time to make that jump.
Thought he was tight.
Yeah, we was going to have a 10-win season for JMU. We lose the last 4 games of the season. Coach, I guess he has something against me. My backup I get us down the field. My backup comes in, steal my touchdowns. I think me and Coach was having some type of gripes after practice and all that, so I felt it was time for me to make that jump.
You sound like a toxic locker room personality.
Hey, man. I'm here to win football, man. I'm here to win football games.
Jake, man. I don't know, dude. This does not sound like the guy that I want next to me in my locker room.
Well, look, it gets a little better.
No.
It gets a little better. No. My bad,
it
Jake.
doesn't.
I didn't know you was on. My
so
bad.
Where did you end up transferring to?
Okay, so this is where it gets a little sticky. So after the season, man, I'm checking the transfer portal out. You know, I'm looking for that big break. I just won the best running back award.
Yeah.
I'm looking the best team that gave me a bigger jump was NC State, ACC. I'm like, I got to play Florida State.
You must be like just no physical potential. Like you put up numbers, but you're not that fast and you're not that strong. If you won the Doak Walker and only NC State comes calling.
Maybe it's the locker room problem.
Hold on. I got to clarify. NC State gave me the best chance to just be an outright starter. Other teams was like, you might have to come in and compete. I'm not trying to compete, bro. I just wanted the best running back award. I need to play right now. I'm a junior. I'm trying to go to the league. I go to NC State. First of all, they lied to me. They was like, "Hey man, you can come here."
Hey,
but
this is all sounding pretty realistic.
It's real. It's
thus
so real.
far, dude.
They lied to me. They made it seem like when you come in, you gonna have the job. You're the guy, right? So I come in. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Big jump. Get to play Florida State, whatever. I go to NC State. First day, I lie to you not. I check the roster. No, first day you get there, they're talking about position battle.
Yeah.
I'm like, position battle? Dude, I go check the roster. They bring in a transfer running back with a higher overall. He's like an 85. I was like an 80 at the time. Because you're a 3-star, you're still working your way up. Bro, they bring in a guy better than me. And now I'm back to the second string.
That's what a coach is supposed to do.
No, after leaving guaranteed spot.
Okay, but let's speed it up. Let's speed it up. So then you quit.
That's it.
So then you quit.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I'm not doing this, bro. I'm making a new
Oh my God, dude. See, you don't got that 3-star grit and gravel
I had that
you got to have in your gut to make it.
No.
Literally at the first sign of adversity, you folded and made a 5-star.
Well, he was a 4-star. I didn't make a 5. I made a 4.
Okay, whatever. Same difference. I'm disappointed in you, Jordan. I'm even more disappointed than when you lost the entire podcast that me and Hold the Mayo did together. Okay. So, way to go.
Hey, that was you should be happy. That's folklore at this point.
All right, let's get into today's show. So, all right, Jake, how you doing, man? Everything go well? How's the beach? You're looking very tan. You still raw dog in the sun all day?
That's why I look tan.
Jesus,
just letting that sun do its work. Doing good. Got home super late last night. We're down to one car. We had some car issues, so Katie's taking Jackson to workouts, but I'm still here. Thank goodness for teams and the ability to hop on the show. So a little tired boy, because you get home late from a vacation, and the responsible thing is go to bed. But then you're like, wait a minute, there's a couple of shows that, because I was on vacation, I didn't have the opportunity to watch. And so everyone's talking about House of the Dragons.
God, it's so good, dude. I caught up. It's so good. It's so good.
I've got to be somebody that can get into studio on Monday and talk about it with T. And so, I did the irresponsible thing, and I stayed up late, even getting in late, and watched House of the Dragons.
I got to give a shout out to Drew and Rachel. Me and my wife had our final mixed doubles match last night in tennis. We end up losing in tie breaks. Really disappointing stuff. We won the first set 6-1. Then we lost 1-6. Then we got down 6-0 in tie breaks before we finally woke the hell up again. But we ended up losing 10-8. Barely at the end. Drew and Rachel, really good, really fun, great match. But yeah, between the Dynasty loss to FCS East, it's been a rough go for your boy. But you know what chess has taught me more than anything, maybe, is, I don't know, man, growing up, I don't know about Jake, did you always play on football teams that generally won?
Yeah, we didn't lose a game in from first grade to sixth grade.
There you go. That was always my experience. I was always kind of close, right? Little league, we made the championship or the semis every year. We never won it. Junior high, we were good. High school, we were always quarterfinals every year at least. LSU, obviously, barely ever lost. So, I'm not used to sometimes being really, really bad at stuff, but that's one thing that chess has taught me, dude. Whenever you start something new, you have to be willing to humble yourself. And it's so funny because we hear these college coaches talk, and they all talk about being process-oriented, right? And not being results-based. And you focus on the process, and that's where you end up where you want to be. And it's just real. The older you get, the more and more you see the wisdom there. Yeah, okay, you know what? You lose. Well, guess what? You have to accept you're not better than your rating, whether it's chess, tennis, whatever. Everybody wants to talk about, I should be here. I should be here. Well, then why are you 500? If you're 500, you're literally perfectly rated, okay? So you want to prove it? Just go prove it. Just go win. And so it's been a very valuable lesson. Chess, tennis, all of these new journeys in being humble, being willing to be a bit, to be a bit, to let go of being self-conscious, to be bad at something, but know that if you stay with it, you're going to get better. You're going to get better and you're going to improve. And, with the Olympics starting tonight, I would say that's many of these people's journeys has just been a lifetime of process, a lifetime of improvement. And unlike all these other sports that we talk about every single day here, where we talk about it all the time, we watch all the time, we all love it, like the Olympic athlete's life is insane to me. In that, like Jake, like with football, right? The only fun part about football is game day. And it's a weird sport because you work 365 days a year for 10, 12 Saturdays, whatever it is, right? A few hours. Yeah. I mean, these dudes work 365 days a year for 1 week, every 4 years. Like, forget about the physical challenges, the mental challenges of having to be at your best, to handle the pressure of finally being at the Olympics. I cannot fathom being an athlete in these situations, Jake.
No, I can't either. And I love talking with our guy, Benny Brazil, about it because, he went to the Olympics while he was playing college football, which is just insane. The fact that Benny was that talented enough to be able to do that. But like working so hard and putting so much into it. I think Benny might have finished like 7th in his event in the Olympics. And like, you're like, okay, yeah, 7th. It's like, yeah, but you have to realize 7th in the world.
You're the 7th fastest person in the world. And everybody's like, all right, yes, all right.
Right.
This okay. That's okay.
So you have to have that, be a part of your journey. It's like you work so hard. It's like you should be so damn proud that in your event, out of everyone in the world, you were the 7th best, which is incredible. But like you're talking about, like the mental aspect of it as well. Like there's things that you go through as an Olympian that I don't think even we can understand, because like you said, like we're working for 12 Saturdays. They're working for like one event, and they're working 4 years for that one event.
1 week. And guess what? You work all those years, you're the best in the world, you blow it at trials, you don't even get to go. Like there's so many ways where you can get hamstrung or blow it along the way. So Taylor, you have in the document, how excited for the Olympics are we? I'm pretty freaking excited, dude. I'm getting pumped up. I'm getting fired up. There's something about it being in Paris that feels very ancient and like historical, like that's obviously one of the human crossroads of time there for a long time. And yeah, I think kind of stating this context out loud is important because whenever you watch something, if you're not generally a fan of it, how do you get enjoyment if you're coming to the party late? Because you understand the stakes. You understand what's on the line. This is a great thing that NBC and everybody who covers the Olympics does, obviously, over time, because they've gotten so used to doing this too. And then they give you storylines. So you understand what's on the line, how much work is put in. Maybe you have a storyline or two about the athlete to latch on to, and all of a sudden you're locked in. And it could be anything. I mean, they got breakdancing at these Olympics. I'll watch a little breaking, I'll see what it's about. Remember when we got into power walking the other day and we learned that these people power walk 5-minute miles?
Wait, what?
Yes.
5-minute miles?
Yes, power walking.
Yes.
You're not allowed to run. If both feet are in the air at the same time, you're disqualified.
Walk a mile in 5 minutes.
But they go but it ain't a sprint. They walk how long's a power walking race, Taylor? I think it's like a couple miles. It's like a few miles, right? It's like 10 or something. I don't know.
Their pace is like, I think we looked it up. Their pace is
5.5.
like 5:25.
Yeah, it's insane. It doesn't make any sense.
That's crazy.
I'm out here with a 170 heartbeat trying to pull 10.5-minute miles, and Linda's over here hip swiveling to 5.5. Unreal. So I'm really excited. So in honor of that, I want to talk. I got a few fun facts about tonight's opening ceremonies coming up next segment. I want to look at some of the greatest Olympic athletes in modern history, and I found some really fun ancient Olympic athletes from the original OG Greek games that basically sound like mythological beings. We'll get to all of this next here on OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
GoTommies.com is the website for Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. It's Geaux, Tommy's. And look, when you get your windows, doors, and siding, you're going to see the difference. When you get it from Tommy's, you'll see the difference clearly. In fact, that's why I tell you to make them one of the bids, right? Because in that bidding process, you will clearly see how Tommy's has separated from the competition. How Tommy's has built this business up over 7 years, where it's just been a consistent trajectory upwards. Because everything is about the customer. Now, Tommy has 27 years of experience, okay? But after 2 decades of being in this industry, working for somebody else, said, you know what? I've learned a lot. I know a lot, but there are some things that I would do differently. And now he's put that into action. And again, the results speak for itself. So you need reliable window installation. Any type of water vinyl windows, hardy planker vinyl siding, any type of door. It's all there at Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. GEAUX Tommy's.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off F-150. $10,000 off the new 2024 Ford F-150. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to...
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Saints Camp Day 3, Ross Jackson has our report, and LSU pitcher DJ Primo joins us from the Cape, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, so Jacques Cormier in the chat says he has a lot of Olympic takes. Tell me if we agree or disagree with this. He says, let somebody spend their entire life for the moment carrying the torch. Playing at the Olympics is just a fun aside for LeBron. I disagree.
On the surface, I see what he's saying. I believe the other athletes actually voted for LeBron to do that, though. So
I mean, LeBron's an American icon. He's a true American icon.
What is this? His 4th Olympics, something like that?
It's probably his 5th. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean the
man is immortal.
But at the same time, though, who's more famous on this Olympic, like in the U.S. sports, than LeBron James?
No, I think Jacques is coming from the angle that LeBron has so much more than all these other people. This is like kind of their thing and not maybe basketball's thing. But I disagree. I think like this is a competition that since its origins has been about celebrating us versus them, like our people. And LeBron is an American icon. He's probably he's the greatest athlete of our generation.
Yeah, easily. So I don't know who else would have been worthy.
Yeah, I think it's a great call. I mean, I think it's great. He says breakdancing and skateboarding is a defilement of the sacredness of the Olympics. Is sacredness a word? Sacristicity? That's definitely not a word. I think no. I mean, I love skateboarding. So and you know what? I don't know about breakdancing, but I'm open to it. I don't think you can defile the Olympics, really, sports-wise. Can you?
Yeah. As somebody that loves a good step-up movie, I'm going to allow breakdancing into the Olympics. Everybody's got to have their place.
I wonder if you watch Step Up today, the dancing would still be good. Because
that's a good one.
My daughter's been getting into Spice Girls, and holy crap, when I tell you, it's not like they're okay dancers, they're awful. Like you could, and I think the difference being is that in this new internet TikTok generation, people are becoming really badass dancers way younger and practicing way crazier moves way younger. Like the Spice Girls are embarrassingly bad at dancing.
But do they do it in the rain?
So that's what I'm saying. If we were to watch Step Up, like that scene right now, I bet you'd not be that tight. I'm not going to do it because it's radio, but I bet you would not. I bet you it wouldn't be nearly as good as we remember.
I think we've actually done this before.
Well, I know you love Step. We've definitely done Step Up bits, but it's been a few years. So I think the what do you call it? When you commit a crime and then finally you can talk about it because the amount of time has passed.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah, statute of limitations up. We can redo this content. So just put it in your back pocket for some time. Okay, I want to play so Chad told me about a new sport called kayak cross. This is full contact 4-person kayaking. Here's a minute-long explainer. First time at the Olympics. Let's see what it's about. Then we'll get into our favorite, or we'll get into the best Olympic athletes of all time. Bro. So if you're listening on the radio, Okay, we get it. Okay. So I apologize if you're listening on the radio that there wasn't an audio explainer there, but basically you have 4 kayakers. Wait, you got to go upstream at some points? What the hell?
Yeah, this is a nose break waiting to happen.
So you have 4 kayakers that start and drop about like 15 to 20 feet into a raging simulated river. They then do full contact battle. Winner takes all. The other 3 are eliminated. They have upstream bits where they have to go around the slalom upstream. They have the kayak roll. That looked awesome. That looked really exciting, dude.
It's like jousting on the water.
That's what I'm saying. I'm very into. Did y'all ever watch the old Red Bull ice skating sport? It was called like downhill ice. I can't remember what it was called. But it was 4 people raging downhill ice skating, trying to win each heat. It was fantastic. That looks really good.
I couldn't see or hear that, but just by you explaining it, T-Bob, it reminds me of when we were growing up. We would have tube oars. So you have 2 tubes behind your boat, and I'm sure y'all did this at Toledo Bend. And it was basically one of us is going to jump on the other tube and pull you off, and whoever was the last person standing like they won the two bores. That needs to be a sport as well.
Well, and everybody nowadays rocks those giant tubes that are very stable and you're not going to fall off of.
Yeah,
you got to have
We're talking about,
two
like, the old
tiny
donut-looking
ones. You got to have two tiny ones where basically your legs are hanging off and you really got to manipulate your weight so you don't flip. I agree. I chipped my tooth tubing back in the day. Still, my bottom tooth's all janky looking because of it. All right, give me some Olympic music here. Jordan, as we celebrate the greatest Olympic athletes of all time. Earlier in the chat, someone said, who's that swimmer that has 28 medals and 23 gold medals?
Almost gave him a 10-minute timeout, T-Bob.
It's Michael
Don't
Phelps,
disrespect
guys.
my guy like that.
Michael Phelps, 8 Olympics in the 2008, or 8 gold medals in the 2008 Olympics. I know there might be some younger people listening now that could potentially not remember that, but go look up the highlight of the relay, which kept him on the path for the impossible 8 gold medals in 1 Olympics, and watch that relay race. It's one of the most exciting sporting highlights we've ever had. Number 2 on the list that I looked up, Simone Biles, 7-time Olympic medalist, 4 gold medals, but in gymnastics especially, those are outlier numbers. To be 27 years old and yet be the favorite again,
That's crazy.
after looking like she had lost her way last Olympics. And then number 3 on this list, they had Usain Bolt, because how could they not? 8-time Olympic gold medalist. Remember that 9.58 100 he won? He ran that one time. Again, look that up if you've never seen it. And the only sprinter to win the 100 to 200 at not 1, not 2, but 3 consecutive Olympics. Incredible. But this got me thinking, who are the best athletes of ancient Olympia? When these games used to go down back in the day. So they used to have a thing called pancration, which is basically just MMA. Boxing, wrestling, all of it was allowed, right? It was unarmored fighting. How about Theogenes of Thasos?
Oh, he was a stud.
He was born on the island of Thasos to a priest of the Temple of Heracles, which of course is Hercules. The locals came to believe that Theogenes was in fact the progeny of the god himself. He was a giant of a man who was reported to have won more than 1,400 victory wreaths in his career. What is this? It's a magical myth. The people of Thasos, his island, erected a statue in honor of their great hero, but one of his biggest rivals was unimpressed. Having been beaten continuously into second place by Theogenes, the man came to the statue each day and whipped it vigorously until one day it inexplicably fell off its base and killed the vengeful man. How about that? So even after Theogenes was dead, like that'd be like Skip Bayless goes and just chips away at Stephen A's statue every single day after Stephen A dies, and then it falls over and kills him. How about the best wrestler of all time? Milan of Croton.
Kurt Angle?
Another Olympic gold medalist. Should be celebrated. Should be a gold meme medalist as well.
Yes, he
in
is.
my opinion. This is a quote from Paul Christensen, professor of ancient Greek history at Dartmouth. Almost everyone's favorite is Milan of Croton. He was famously huge, this enormous guy. As a part of the big sacrifice to Zeus held during each games, he carried a cow into the sanctuary on his back, killed it, then ate the entire cow himself in a single day. He is a huge gluttonous figure. Do you know how badass it would be if Vince Wilfork carried a cow out in the middle of the football field and proceeded to eat it in a single day? That's how you flex on him.
Yeah. Well, with Babe Ruth's diet, the one that we laid out not that long ago, I think the Babe could have got that done as well.
If anybody could, Babe might actually have the best odds. How about how our guy died? Tangled in a tree in the wild, having tried to split open its withered stump with his bare hands. Milan was eaten by wolves. What? What a sentence!
Wait, you told me that you could handle a wolf.
I know, dude. Now I don't know. If this is nothing in my life has made me doubt my ability to fight a wolf more than the fact that Milan of Croton got eaten by a pack of wolves. But Milan, what are we doing, baby? Why were we trying to split a withered stump with your bare hands, bruh? This
You say
toxic
Gary of
masculinity. I wonder what Coach Croton's doing nowadays. This is kind of a cool story, though. In his final Olympics, he was about 40 years old. And he's in the final against a 28-year-old. I can't read that name. And eventually he surrenders, so he loses. But in classic Hollywood fashion, he's such a hero. He's so old, but still put forth such a good effort that the crowd swarms the arena, hoists him onto the shoulder, and the guy that he just beat is actually leading the cheering. That's pretty badass.
Peyton Manning.
The best boxer of all time? Diagoras of Rhodes. Nicknamed, he was said to be 2.2 meters tall. How tall would that be? Like almost 7 feet? He would, they said he would stand, he was nicknamed a Greek word that meant fair fighter. He would stand face on to his opponent. He would never duck, never weave, never sway out of the way of any punches.
He would be 7'2".
So he was 7'2" and would just stand there and eat everything. He would the fair fighter. No, none of this bobbing and weaving and blocking. That's for these new age boxers. I, Diagoras, battle the way that you are supposed to.
I will say he might be in the Hall of Fame of names. Diagoras.
It's a great name.
That's a great name.
The best runner of all time was Leonidas of Rhodes, said by his countrymen to have the speed of a god.
He was born to be fast.
He was deified in his own lifetime. At 36 years old, he won his 12th Olympic wreath. So he had that LeBron in him, that timeless. He had that Usain Bolt 3 Olympics in a row in him. So that he won both of their big sprints, basically like the 100 and 200, the stadium and the Diablos. And I forgot they would race these in armor, right? Because a lot of these were like military kind of like games to show what you could do like militarily. It looks like he won both races at 4 consecutive games. Shout out.
What a name! Like your name's Leonidas. Like you better be a dude. Or a dudette. You better be one of the two.
Or do we think that because of Leonidas of Rhodes, right? And then you get Leonidas of Sparta, which I'm pretty sure Thermopylae would have been a little bit after our sprinter. Can you imagine how badass it would be in a day without cars and other means of transportation like that when you're just the fastest human being? Like what an advantage you have over all your other homies. So there it is.
Because think about being the fastest kid back in the day.
I know.
Got all the girls.
Huge playground flex. Yeah. Huge. When did you get fast, Jake?
I kind of always had it.
Really?
And
even when you were a little husky boy?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think that's why, that's what made it a situation where on field day I get doubted a little bit and they'd be like, that blue ribbon's coming home with me. Okay. You can laugh all you want at the guy wearing the husky pants.
Yeah.
But I think like the first time I realized like I could pick him up and put him down was probably 3rd grade.
3rd grade. See, my problem was I had irrational self-belief where my parents used to say it was so sad because I was so slow, but I thought I was so fast. Like I'd be playing baseball and I'd be like running the bases, then I get back and it's like, whoa, guys, how fast I was going. And they're just like chortling into their hands because I was barely moving.
I can remember. I don't have very many like vivid memories of that long ago, like 3rd, 4th grade. But we had a kid at my school, Emmanuel, and he was like everybody knew how fast he was, and like all year long, like me and old Joey, we're training to win field day.
Hell yeah.
I mean, we're running up hills, we're running stadiums. Field day is going to be us. And
that was your ancient, that was your Olympia. That was your Olympic Games, dude.
That was. And winning that blue ribbon at that field day, it goes right up there with the natty, baby. I wish I still had that thing.
I mean, I remember a lot of, again, the entire story of my athletic career has been a lot of kind of close, but never quite getting there. I remember a lot of 2nd place ribbons, a lot of 3rd place ribbons. I
can see you in field day, like pulling your weight, doing your part, and somebody not and you just getting so frustrated with them.
I'll never forget what was like when you pull the flag. Like, big. Everybody's a giant
tug of
square.
war?
Yeah, no. Where you gotta it's like flag football, but no football. Like it's like battle royale. No, it's like a battle royale. Everybody had flags on, and you had to when you got your flag pulled, you got eliminated. But it was like a wrestling battle royale.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget. I finally had that gold ribbon in my sights. The red, whatever the number one was. But they had this guy, Austin, and he was a big kid, a big portly kid. But he kind of he parked himself in a corner. And he just kept everybody at bay and kind of used the sidelines to his advantages. And it came down to a one-on-one, and I blew it like a nerd.
Oh, man.
Second place.
You let a guy named Austin beat you?
Yeah. Austin Jones, shout out, dude, wherever you're at, bro. I was always impressed with your technique there. I don't know why I didn't use it. Sideline's your friend, right? Isn't that what we tell defenders all the time? That's your 12th defender. Push him there. Austin knew.
How's Austin doing these days? Do we know?
No idea. That's like some elementary school stuff. Right
I mean,
there.
it is wild. Like all the names of people that we played with against, like you and I both can remember the names of people we were going against in field day growing up.
All right. When we get back, more OTB. Let's get into some LSU football. What second-year players could maybe break out this year? Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, 225-888-8888. You need somebody who's going to fight for you? Go check out Gordon McKernan, man, because you get in an accident, you need to get what you deserve. You need somebody who's going to stand up to the big insurance companies, who's not going to fold in the face of adversity like Jordan. If that was Gordon at NC State, he would have stuck with it. He would have found the field. No shortcuts. That's how we do it on the G team. Speaking of the G team, you should follow Gordon on social media because not only do you get great insight from Gordon himself, like on business, life, what to do, how to protect yourself if you get in an accident, but you see a lot of content with your favorite athletes on the G team. Get to know them. So go to getgordon.com or just pick up the phone, 225-888-8888. Get Gordon, get it done.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Érase una vez un Infinity, diseñado para despertar tu imaginación y desafiarte a soñar, con 3 lujosas filas de asientos. El totalmente nuevo Infinity QX80 de 3 filas.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Performing is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. So it's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction.
For the first time, it's going down history, baby. New 3-6 Mafia, featuring 8-Ball and MJG, Young Buck. It's a Tennessee thing.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Wow. Chad's talking about Olympian Alexander Karelin. I think he might be Russian, but probably the greatest living athlete. He retired from Greco-Roman wrestling with 3 Olympic gold medals. This guy competed at the highest level, had 887 wins and 2 losses. 887 and 2. They said he could raise his foot slowly over his head, his legs straight. He could tap a chandelier as if he was standing in a vertical front split. They asked him how he does all this stuff. He says, quote, "I train every day of my life as they have never trained a day in theirs." Imagine that.
I'm not going to lie. That's all
That's gritty.
That's gritty.
That's gritty.
That's a foxhole guy.
I literally work harder every single day of my life than you will ever work in a single day of yours.
Yeah.
I mean, 887-2 would speak to that. By the way, I forgot a great Milan of Croton story here. That's our guy that, carried the cow, ate it, got killed by the wolves. He's reported to once have down 9 liters of red wine in one go. How about that?
Hey, man, you might be related, man.
9 liters of red wine in one go, and he would go into battle. Because all these guys are warriors. He would go into battle wearing a lion skin on his back, a crown on his head, and carrying a club. Milan of Croton's my new favorite person ever. Shout out.
I did do some research. Gary Croton, the other Croton that we're mentioning here. So after he left LSU, he went to Maryland where he was the OC, went to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers as an OC, Southern Utah as an OC, went to Oregon State as an offensive consultant, Stephen A. Austin as an offensive coordinator, and then he spent 3 years at Pineview High School in Utah as their offensive coordinator, and it looks like he's retired now.
Damn, bro, them coaching journeys is wild, dude. Wild. How much you move around and whatnot. All right, so we just talked about. Oh man, I had a perfect segue. Like favorite athlete, whatever. Who's maybe going to be some of your favorite athletes next year for LSU? Jake, I got 5 players on here, and I really like all of them a lot. Okay, these are 5 potential second-year players that could break out for LSU in 2024. And who wrote this piece originally? I want to make sure that we credit.
It was Rosenblatt.
Will Rosenblatt. Rosenblatt does great work. That's on LSU Tigers Wire. That's the USA Today site. But he has DJ Chester, Whit Weeks, Ashton Stamps, Caleb Jackson, Deshaun Womack. Who do we think after the season's done, who do we think will be the biggest name out of that? Or maybe not the biggest name because like DJ Chester can be incredible and maybe not be a big name because he's a center. But like who do we think will have the best year out of that crew?
I'm going to go with Whit Weeks.
Interesting.
I think there's some great names on that list. I think Caleb Jackson would probably be a choice of mine if John Emery wasn't back on this team. Not to say that Caleb Jackson's not going to have huge moments. I think he will, but I think that those 2 guys, along with Josh Williams, will split the carries. And so maybe that's why I didn't go Caleb Jackson. I think Whit Weeks under Blake Baker is going to be unlocked. Like whatever his full potential is, it's going to be on display with Blake Baker. And depending on how you play Harold Perkins on certain downs, right, Whit Weeks is going to probably be in there on sub downs. Greg Penn's also going to be, obviously right there at a stack backer position. But I'm kind of excited to see what the full potential of Whit Weeks is going to look like. Because last year it was wild. Like we would see like big flashes, and he looked like at times the only person that was interested in tackling, and then he would just disappear for like 3 weeks at a time. It's like, hold up, like wait a minute, like even if it's like not to the letter of the defense that you're calling, Matt House, he is the one out there that looks like he wants to be out there and get it done and use proper technique when tackling. Like all those things, the fundamentals look like they were there. So I'll go Whit Weeks.
It's interesting. I probably would have gone Whit, but then I think back to our Baker interview from a couple of weeks ago and how he kind of went out of his way to talk about Wes. And then and then Greg Penn still in the mix, Harold Perkins still in the mix. So I think there's a lot of competition for some of that success, and I think it's a good thing. I think this is kind of open and shut to Sean Womack to me. Now, I'm a huge DJ Chess fan as well. Again, I think all these guys are going to have good years. If they need to, if LSU is going to be, accomplish their goals. But Deshaun Womack, LSU even avoided adding at that position because they're so confident in him and to kind of protect him and feature him as much as possible. Like you saw the flashes last year, very high recruit coming out. Deshaun Womack needs to, and he might actually be the most important on this list, probably him or Ashton Stamps, in terms of what could have the biggest impact if they were really good. But yeah, I think Deshaun Womack has the potential to be a big sack guy, a big disruptor this year in the SEC, and he kind of needs to, again, if LSU is going to go 10-2. All right, let's go to break. When we get back, we can kind of wrap up this conversation, keep it going. We got some really great sound from Hard Knocks as there's just more and more of the Giants just crapping all over Daniel Jones. Very honest conversations about Saquon Barkley. But there's a great Jaden Daniels bit. Wait till you hear this coming up next on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. You go to All-Star Toyota today and you can explore the vehicle, or if you go to the website, you can explore the inventory right there online. Or you can just go see them off of Airline and Goodwood and see what they got right there on site, right? Whether it's new, used, they got great deals going down constantly. The sales staff is so helpful, so kind. But maybe they don't have what you want to like. Well, guess what? You can custom order it, and it comes in no time. That's what I did with my 2 murdered out minis. So whether you're looking for a minivan, big truck, luxury SUV, like whatever, All-Star Toyota has it at the best price. People that can find you, like I've gone in there with a number for it. This is all I can afford per month. Where can I go? Ended up leasing a Camry, and it was a great 3 years. It's exactly what I needed at the time. Let All-Star find the answers for you. Be your shaman in the car buying wilderness. Go to All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $20,000 off the powerful Ram truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
The best kept secret.
Join me for a Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show, presented by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. Preston Guy talking Tigers, little recruiting. Mark Colkin from WeAreSC.com talks about the USC Trojans, LSU's opening opponent, and the Olympic start. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
It's Big Pimpin', baby. That's right. Big Pimpin', spinning cheese. Talk to him. Bumpy.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
It's my first ever parental advisory CD. I remember buying it. I was at UNC basketball camp. We got to go out to like the shops for a day. Bought it in Chapel Hill. Stuffed it at the top of my closet at Toledo Bend so my grandma and my parents wouldn't find it. And I think I ended up leaving it up there. I forgot it. And I wonder if it's still there, actually. I should check for it next time I'm there. All right, boys. Did y'all want to get in on the second-year breakout players combos? Do you have a take?
Oh, we have takes.
All right, what do you got? Who from the list for you?
Oh, yeah. Well, mine would have to be Ashton Stamps. One, because he's went to Rummel, who was my rival for Holy Cross, but that's another story for another time. Jamar Chase, Christian Foden went to Rummel. It's coming from a great Logan Diggs, too. Comes from a great pipeline. Brian Kelly was really big on him as a freshman. He's a big physical corner. I feel like with Corey Raymond back, better defense, he could be that guy to, really strengthen the secondary, especially with Toviano out the mix. So Ashton Stamps, that's mine.
Ashton Stamps could be the basis of the refounding of DBU. What say you, Tay-Tay?
I mean, out of the 5 on this list, I hope it's Ashton Stamps. I mean, I was high on this guy last year going into the season just because when I was at fall practice, he was excellent. I mean, his technique was pretty much perfect for a freshman, and he wasn't there in the spring. He just went through his first spring. He was a fall enrollee, so he was a little bit behind the curve last year, if you will. I really do think he takes that next step. I think he's the #1 corner. But I tell you what, if you guys want somebody who's not on this list, I'm going to go Kyle Parker.
Okay.
The wide receiver. He's been getting a lot of play. He's made some plays in the spring. If you go out there at spring practice, he is a big-bodied receiver, and I just want to throw a name out there that is not on this list.
I love that, Taylor.
It's not a bad take. I like that. T-Bow says a running back that's never mentioned is Harold Perkins. He had the same amount of touchdowns as John Emery and Trey Holly last year. True. Wait, Jake, what about this? Brant Martin says, did you say Emery's going to split carries? Emery should only touch the ball on wheel and flat routes. Time to pass the torch to guys who aren't in their late 20s.
Why? Look at games over the last couple of seasons where John Emery's taken over the game at Auburn. I mean, we've laid out how many different games where he had big moments. He's going to have a role on this team. and he is like the best home run hitter that you have in the backfield still. It's not to say, look, I wasn't that, right? I lived in between, 5 to 15 yards.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You can be a great running back doing that. But John Emery can go 75. He can go 60, right, on any given carry. He has that ability. And so, yeah, he's going to split carries with those other guys that we're talking about. And, you hope that he stays fully healthy. You hope that he has a role in this team because he can be very dynamic. And sure, yeah, you give him the things that you're talking about. Hit him in the flats. Give him, stuff on the edge. Whatever run that you want to give him, he has the ability to go the distance every time he touches the football. He's a threat.
Yeah, I agree with that. Mr. Big said John Emery isn't a question of talent. It's only a question of health. Yeah, and I'm interested to see how he comes back from injury. I hope he has a big year. I hope he can finally fulfill some of the potential and get some of the glory that it looked like he would be adorned with when he first committed here in the flashes that we're talking about. I mean, there might not be a more fascinating position than running back on this LSU team, just given the fact that there's not a position that stands as much to gain from the absence of Jaden Daniels, because all of a sudden they're back in the fold. Like the last couple of years, they were almost reduced to being afterthoughts because the quarterback was so all-consuming and so good. But now they're going to be relied upon once again. And it's crazy to me that it comes at a time when you don't necessarily have that, like, grade A, like, superstar there. But if you're one of these backs, you can make yourself into that because you're going to run again. You're going to run behind the best offensive line in the entire country. Like, you have to take advantage of this opportunity. There's going to be carries up for grabs behind the best O-line in the country. Very intrigued to see who emerges from that running back room. All right, when we get back, where did Drew Brees fall? The top 25 players since 2000. Keep luck.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Accutemp of Baton Rouge, AccuTempBR.com, AccuTempBR.com. Look, man, Accutemp is all your AC, heating, and electrical needs. And you get that service to the highest degree, and that ain't just lip service, boys. Again, like when you work with Accutemp, I'm telling you, you are going to be blown away. I'm like, okay, I get it now. That's how they have such high reviews with thousands of ratings. I never use this line, but I do think it rings true, right? The internet hates everything, but it loves Accutemp. Why is that? Because they're objectively awesome. Proud partner of LSU Athletics. Also, look, if you're in the market for a whole home generator, storm season's here. You want to protect you, your family, make sure that you don't lose power. You call up Accutemp, you go to AccuTempBR.com, you can schedule a free estimate where they lay it out, let you know exactly how it all works. Go to Accutemp of Baton Rouge, AccuTempBR.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Performing is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Friday, July 26th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 85. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll talk about ESPN's top 25 NFL players since the year 2000, college football roster changes that have been proposed, and why the Giants continue to hate Daniel Jones. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB, hour number 2. Hope you're having a great Friday morning. We roll right along here and Off the Bench, getting pumped up for the opening of the Olympics, opening ceremony going down tonight. And a couple fun facts here about tonight's opening ceremony. It's going to be the first ever Olympic ceremony taking place on a river. So the entire time, it's going to be a lavish parade down the Seine. Basically, where like the athletes will be floating on boats and waving to the crowd and whatnot. They are expecting the biggest crowd in Olympic history. So not even like, I always think back to like Beijing with like a giant stadium full of people, an even bigger crowd, obviously, because it's not going to be in a stadium. Expected tonight. The ceremony will start with the parade of athletes as opposed to, like a big theatrical sort of affair. And here's going to be your NBC broadcast team. It's going to be Mike Tirico, because, of course, Maria Taylor, the come up is real, continues to, get to, the top spot. And then Peyton Manning and Kelly Clarkson. Interesting to see how that's going to go. Cannot wait for tonight. Jake, I want to play some of this. Okay, so this is from Hard Knocks, right? And then we'll get into our Drew Brees conversation. But Hard Knocks, so what exactly is this, Taylor? Hard Knocks, they did an off-season version of Hard Knocks with the Giants, HBO did?
Yeah, so I've been watching it. Basically what they did, like they started at the end of the season and like kind of went into the draft. They just finished the draft on the last episode. I imagine it's going to like stop right before training camp.
Is the Giants GM, is it Joe Schoen or Schoen?
It's Shane, actually.
Shane? Okay, there you go. Perfect. Way to go, Bob. So this is a great little bit here where this is pre-draft, and it's Joe Shane, and he's doing his study. He's got his family in his office with him, and it's kind of funny. They're all just on their phones because they're all older, including his wife. Nobody paying attention to him. And he's asking them, who should I draft? And listen to Joe's son, who hits him with some real truth that would belie his ears.
All right, Carson, let me write down your pick. Who do you want me to take? Give me a name. Jaden Daniels. Trade up again. Okay, if Jaden Daniels. You only get this job once. I'm trying to win. All right. Jaden Daniels. Carson wants Jaden Daniels. If he's not there, who's your second? Because he's not going to.
Dude, how about that? You only get this job once. You need to try to win. It's kind of, you see now why teams, I don't know why the Giants agreed to do this. Because all this would do if I was a Giants fan would piss me off.
Yeah. If that's why I'm happy the Saints not even, getting hard knocks or nothing like that. If I needed Dennis Allen spoon-fed to me, I would rather take a spoon and take my eyeballs out, honestly.
Because this all just feels like a giant tease. Like, you end up with Malik Neighbors, great, and Malik looks awesome. He had a highlight catch during camp yesterday, but you end up with Malik Neighbors, but apparently now the entire time you desperately wanted Jaden Daniels, which obviously also exposes, by extension, how little of belief there is in Daniel Jones. But the Sun's right, dude. You only get this kind of job once, and you better try and win. I guess the Giants are just moving up to 2 is just too high of a price, or maybe Washington just wouldn't budge because they wanted.
Yeah,
Daniels.
Washington wasn't going to trade with someone in their division either.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you ain't gonna go NFC East, NFC East. So, it's crazy, man. It also, you know what it also does? It also reinforces just how good Jaden Daniels was, right? There were a lot of teams that were coveting him as the best guy in this crew. And you got to think, one of these guys is going to fail, likely.
Yeah.
More than likely, 2 won't reach what fans want out of what a top 3 quarterback pick should be.
And then one's really good.
So there's only going to be one, most likely, that really ends up being that guy. Will it be Jaden Daniels, Drake May, or Caleb Williams?
Bob, if you'd have seen the rest of that clip, you'd have loved it even more. So the son loves Jaden Daniels, obviously, and then he goes to his daughter and he goes, "Who should I draft?" And she goes, "JJ McCarthy." And the son goes, "Don't listen to her. All the girls want JJ just because he's good looking."
I thought that was his wife that said JJ McCarthy.
No,
that's his
daughter behind her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But his wife also said JJ McCarthy.
She may have.
So the Shane, right before his son says Jaden Daniels, she says JJ McCarthy. So the Shane family vouched some JJ.
So look,
there was also,
say what you guys
I don't know if y'all saw the clip where same show and same kind of setting in the GM's office there, and Dayball's in there, the head coach, and he's like, coach with Saban at Alabama.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I talked to Coach Saban, and he said there's 2 dudes in this draft that are an effing problem. And he was talking about Malik, and he said that Saban said Malik was the biggest problem that they faced last year.
Wow. Oh, that's okay. There you go. You know what Malik Neighbors did, Jordan? He stuck with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
and he forced his way to the playing field, and he became LSU's all-time leading receiver. Okay. He wasn't a big recruit. He had to find his way.
He wasn't. But look, shout out Malik. Stuck it out. But there's a question to the 2 fathers that we have in here.
Thank you.
So, I mean, I know Jake has kids a little bit older, but, how would y'all go about that if your son is telling you that, hey, man, you only get this job one time. You should take this guy. How surface value, how would y'all take that,
I mean, I'd probably do it either. I just kind of laughed. I'd be like, wow, that's actually pretty insightful there, kid. Now, you may not be recognizing the fact that we can't get Jaden Daniels because he goes on to say, right, I mean, well, give me another name because he's not going to be there when we draft, and Washington's not going to move away from 2 on him. But, no, I would actually feel like, man, I might be raising my kid the right way. He's got some good instinct.
My 14-year-old would not have let it go that fast. He would have just kept on hammering me because he is Jaden Daniels and has been his biggest fan for 2 solid years.
Yeah.
This offseason, before Jaden went and had a Heisman Trophy winning season, he would tell everyone in Baton Rouge that would listen how great Jaden Daniels was and how lucky LSU was that he was their quarterback. He had the jersey, the whole deal. And so he would have just kept on and kept on. Well, why don't you trade with the Bears? Get the number 1 pick and draft Jaden if the Commanders aren't going to trade with you. So he would have stumped harder for Jaden Daniels.
Okay. All right, Jordan. So you put in the document today, you put in a list from ESPN. It's the top 25 NFL players since 2000. Drew Brees checks in at number 15 on this list.
Blasphemous.
Okay, I was going to say, being the Saints fan that you are, your hackles immediately got raised.
Yes.
But I don't know, man. I look at this list and I don't know.
There's some names on there. Don't get me wrong.
I don't know who you put him above here.
I might be a little biased, but QAnon Rodgers at number 9. That's a little. Come on, man. Come on, man.
4-time MVP.
At this point, Drew Brees has no MVP, so the MVP award is kind of a little watered down to me, man. How real is it?
Yeah, I mean, he should have won the year that Rodgers
if
won
we're being
in
real, Rodgers
2010 or 11, I think it was, when Brees probably should have won. That was his best MVP type year.
11.
Jake, is there anybody, because you're unbiased in this case, is there anybody that you would put Drew Brees over out of these top 14? So it obviously starts with Tom Brady. Duh. Then already they go to Patrick Mahomes, which I understand.
I get that.
Then it's Aaron Donald. Sure.
No
absolutely.
complaint.
Then it's Peyton Manning at 4. Bro, no, chill out.
No,
He finished with 2 Super Bowls, Jordan. He finished with 2
Brees
Super
beat him
Bowls.
head to head, man. Brees beat him head to head when it mattered. That's all I know.
5-time MVP.
Brees beat him when it mattered.
Oh, wait, you're trying to put Brees over Manning?
I'm just saying,
Bruh.
Peyton Manning.
You can't, okay, never mind. You can't be trusted then.
Yeah, no.
If this is what you're trying to do, then you're entire.
I'm just being real, man.
He's off the case.
No, you're not. No, yeah,
real,
turn in
man.
your gun and badge. You got too much. You got too much emotion tied into this. We got Randy Moss at 5.
No complaint.
Bro, I didn't realize Randy Moss had a 47-inch vert jump.
Yep, at like 6'5".
At 6'4", 47-inch vertical jump. What in the hell, man? I'll never forget that Thanksgiving game against the Cowboys. What was it, 3 catches for like 170 and 3 tuds?
3 touchdowns.
Every time he touched the ball, it was just like a 70-yard touchdown. They got Calvin Johnson at 6. Probably Calvin Johnson will be forgotten by the young guns because he was just buried in Detroit. They were so garbage, but he was unstoppable.
Yeah.
He was truly unbelievable. He had a 42.5-inch vert at 6'5", 240.
He also ran a 4.3.
A 4.3, 6'5", 240, and you could jump 42 inches. What? Milos of Croton.
Yeah.
J.J. Watt coming in at number 7.
No complaint.
Ray Lewis at 8.
No complaint.
Jake, you did battle with Ray Lewis a lot. Is 8 a good spot for him on this list? Bump him up or down?
I'd probably move him down a little bit. There's some guys that I played against that if we're having this conversation, I would maybe put them a little higher.
Okay, so give me a name.
All-time great for sure.
This is since 2000. Give me a name that you think should be higher than Ray Lewis, and I'll see if it's on this list and where I'd put him.
I mean, you know me. It's Patrick Willis.
Is P. Willie on here? Let's see. I see Palomalu at 16.
He is not.
Strahan at 19. Damn, yeah.
Yeah, see, he was on some really bad 49er teams when Singletary was the head coach, and like he retired on his own accord early. Like I think he played 8 years.
Yeah.
Like Ray Lewis played forever, right? And
won a Super Bowl MVP, all that.
Won one at the end too. I think he won 2 Super Bowls, and so like I get it, but I'm just telling you, Patrick Willis was the best player that I played against, and I played in kind of the age range that we're talking about here. The fact that he's not on that list is a little surprising. Wait, where's Ed Reed on that list? I would have Ed Reed ahead of Ray Lewis.
Sorry, he's at 11. Okay. He's 11. We got Rodgers at 9. Darrelle Revis at 10, Ed Reed at 11.
Revis is a good one.
Revis is a good one. We forget about Revis.
We played against the Jets in the second round of the playoffs, and we had really good receivers like Vincent Jackson and Malcolm Floyd, and of course Antonio Gates was a tight end, but he was one of the best receiving options of all time. It was like we didn't even like look over to Darrelle Revis' side. It was like, okay, well that side's shut down over there. Let's work the other side of the field. And he was different.
How about in 1 year, Darrelle Revis held Andre Johnson, Randy Moss in 2 games, Terrell Owens in 2 games, all to under 35 receiving yards. So you had a total of 5 games against Hall of Famers, and you held Hall of Famers, and you held them all under 35. That's crazy.
It will never be.
So what would the wide receivers say about him, Jake? Because you're getting punked in front of everybody. Like, I mean, I guess it's just the NFL. There's always going to be these big dogs that just, everybody knows who the dominant guy is. But, like, they go to work that day and they just know that, like, do they give up? They just know they're not going to get the ball?
A little bit. They kind of knew that, like, it was not going to be a banner day for them. And it was one of those guys that's like, man, I don't get it. Like, he's not the fastest. He's not the biggest, but I'll be damned. He's always in your back pocket. Like, I just don't understand it. And they would try to figure it out, but it wasn't going to get figured out. He was just the best technician at that position. Like there was better athletes. Like Antonio Cromartie was probably the best athlete at the position, But Darrelle Revis had like just the ultimate technique, and you weren't going to separate from him. And again, like he shut down a whole portion of the football field for like 4 or 5 years.
So they got Ed Reed at 11. They got Charles Woodson at 12.
Ooh, Charles Woodson, another good one.
Great name. Gronk.
God, he was good.
Gronk at 13. Travis Kelce at 14.
It's getting sticky, man.
And then they got Breeze at 15. I don't know, Jordan. I don't think there's anything really out of pocket there.
Kelce.
Yeah, sure. If you want to put Breeze above Kelce, I agree. I think that's a more impressive overall career for
another
sure.
Thing, I don't like how devalued running backs have become. Because Adrian Peterson was one of the greatest I watched, and he's like 18. At least the only running back on the list, if I'm not mistaken. Or LT, LaDainian Thompson.
I'm about to say LT better be on that list.
LT's at 20, Jake. Would you put LT over AP or AD?
All day.
I
mean, that's tough. I
Adrian
think
Peterson
LaDainian
didn't run.
Thompson
We
was
just
the better-
learned in our OTB lore that AD ran you out of Norman.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like every college that he was going to think about going to. I don't know. LT was, I think, a better overall running back though. Pass protection, catching the ball out of the backfield. As a pure runner, I mean, I don't know that there's a better than Peterson. Like pure runner. Like just hand him the ball and let him cook. There might not be a better one ever.
There's also 3 backs on this list. Marshall Faulk's 21.
Oh, of course. Marshall Faulk needs to be on here as well.
Yeah.
Legend. That old Rams.
I mean, he was like
offense,
really
greatest
like the
show on
first
turf.
back that like was a feature of the offense. Like everything kind of went through him.
Yeah.
Then LT kind of was that guy as well.
On steroids.
Shout out New Orleans.
Let's revisit LT's 2006 MVP year. I just remember fantasy owners losing their mind 20 years ago when this went down. That's depressing. 20 years ago, basically. Wait, so Jordan, you probably don't even know about LT's 2006 year, do you?
I mean, I was 6 years old when it happened.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
listen to this. Listen to this. So 1,800 rushing yards.
That's ridiculous.
28 rushing touchdowns.
Even more
NFL
ridiculous.
record, 28 rushing touchdowns. 56 catches for another 500 yards. 3 receiving touchdowns and
Damn, 30 touchdowns?
2 passing touchdowns.
And he threw 2?
And he threw 2. So 33 touchdowns total out of one player.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever come close to that yet since?
No. The NFL, the 28 rush touchdowns is still an NFL record.
Good Lord.
Even with 17 games, that's going to be very hard to
Very
beat with
hard,
kind of the
yeah.
evolution of the game.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Marty Schottenheimer used to let him throw that thing too.
Yeah,
By
I
the
mean,
time
obviously
I
did.
got to San Diego, Norv wasn't a big fan of the halfback pass, but Marty, like he let LT throw it. Actually, like career touchdown passes, he's got like an impressive number.
Give me a LT career touchdown pass number. I want to see if he breaks into double digits. So you got Breeze at 15, Palomalu at 16. Jake, I know you probably got some Palomalu, man.
Troy was different, man. So like Ed Reed was just, I think he was the best safety that I played against in my career. But Troy was the toughest to figure out because he would do everything. Like I say this all the time. It's the example I use because I think it's the most impressive. He would be lined up in the A gap and at the snap of the ball, not like pre-snap, at the snap of the ball would drop back and play cover 2. That's like
crazy.
How is that in the NFL? Like, how's that even possible? And him and Ryan Clark had such a good dynamic. They played off each other so well. Like Ryan's best attribute to me, obviously he was a really good football player. He played a decade plus in the NFL, but I think his best thing was he knew how to play off of Troy.
Yeah.
So if Troy was doing something wild, Ryan would always cover up for him, and he'd be in a spot where you couldn't take advantage of whatever Troy was out there doing. I mean, Troy would just like start at 12 yards and then just hit a full sprint. He knew the snap count and just like Superman over the line. Like he just did things that nobody else, and still, and others have tried. What was the linebacker that played for USC? He played for the Bengals. Ray what was his last name?
Ooh, that was Taylor.
Yeah, he tried to kind of play the same way, but another USC guy, and his body failed him because like nobody could do the things that Troy did. And there was others that tried. It was never the same. Like there was only one Troy Polamalu, so I understand why he's on this list as well.
So he's at 16. You got Brett Favre at 17, Adrian Peterson at 18, Michael Strahan at 19, LT at 20, Marshall Faulk 21, Warren Sapp 22, Joe Thomas, 23, a guy that will be completely forgotten again. Tony Gonzalez at 24. This is like playing that fun game where you just sit around and name old players.
So Gonzalez over Antonio Gates?
That's what they have on here. And then they got Derek Brooks at 25, and it doesn't even look like Gates is in the first 5 out. First 5 out are Jonathan Ogden, Larry Fitzgerald, Orlando Pace, Marvin Harrison, and Terrell Owens. It's a good list. It's tough.
It's a good list.
It's tough.
Give me Antonio Gates over Tony Gonzalez, full bias.
Who ended up with better numbers?
Gonzalez is the tight end leader in receptions and yards.
Okay.
And Gates has touchdowns.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's kind of.
So they both got their records. Yeah. They both got their records. Hold on, I want to get to a couple comments in the chat before we bail on this. Gulf South says Breeze over Manning simply because the Breeze boys love LSU while the Manning boys are a bunch of nerds.
Shout out Gulf.
True.
So that's
true.
Yes.
That's true. That's true. I'm now convinced.
Thank you.
I'm now.
There we go. There we go. They called me crazy. They called me crazy.
Hold the Mayo says Drew threw for 5K so many times it made big media stop talking about 5K being a major accomplishment. It didn't fit their narrative. If any of them dudes today threw for 5K, big media would nut.
Talk to him, Dev.
What does big media nut look like?
Fans are wild.
Talk to him. We stick together.
Again.
I don't want to see Skip nut.
I love Drew Brees. I think what he did for the Saints, he brought a franchise out of hell, like straight up. Like that franchise was in hell,
and
he was an angel.
That would be
went
the
down
actual argument
and
for Breeze,
Yes.
even over the 5K. That would be the actual argument.
Yeah, for sure, right? I mean, what he did for that franchise, like that's the most impressive thing. Now, I still think Peyton Manning was the better player, but Drew Brees literally saved a franchise. The franchise might be in San Antonio or Oklahoma City if it wasn't for Drew Brees. Actually, it probably would be.
Yeah. So look, I have no great problem with this list, but Jordan, this is a good job by you because this is a fun little, dudes just want to sit around and name old football players. This is a fun little trip down memory lane here on this Friday.
I know we got to go to break, but maybe during the break, like any player that was not on this list that completely surprised you.
I'll think about it. Let's think about it during the break. Get the answers
next.
I
got one.
Here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, I want you to go to PECbuilt.com, PECbuilt.com. That is Pinnacle Exterior Construction. If you need any outdoor construction, okay, outdoor living area, you want to build a pool completely custom, or like they have these great spec pools, right, where you choose from a number of templates, and there's a bunch of detail work within the template, so you really still make it your own, customize it to yourself. You want to build an outdoor kitchen. You want to put turf in your backyard. You need any size, any type of fence. You need bulkheads, pergolas. Look, here at Pinnacle, we build the spaces, you build the memories. And that's what this is about. Investing in your greatest asset, taking your home to the next level, taking your yard, making it the place that you really want to be and that your kids want to be. Again, you build the memories. And guys, I cannot stress enough, please, go check out the gallery at PECbuilt.com. You're going to be blown away with the artisanship, with the quality of the work. You can see reviews right there on the website as well. So entrust your project to our team of professionals here in Baton Rouge. Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com. Oh, by the way, we do shutters too.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work,
creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Brack, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana. Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Saints Camp Day 3, Ross Jackson has our report, and LSU pitcher DJ Primo joins us from the Cape. 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. All right. So we were talking about the best NFL players since the year 2000. Give me some names that maybe didn't pop up that you could have gone with.
Jason Taylor wasn't on the list, correct?
He was not.
No, he's not.
I mean, Jason Taylor was.
He's for what it's worth, he's second team all-decade team. That's what I ended up doing to kind of jog my memory. The names that popped into my head, for some reason, Olin Kreutz popped into my head.
Oh, that's a name.
So I felt a little validated when he, too, was second team all-decade team. So yeah. Taylor and Kreutz getting some love, but maybe not quite top 25 worthy. I'll tell you what's a name that, admittedly, I didn't remember until I looked it up, but Walter Jones, dude.
Yeah.
If you're going to have Ogden and Orlando Pace in there, I mean, Walter Jones is 1C. He should be right there with him. That was one of the most. This dude wouldn't even, if you don't know what I'm talking about, his old Seattle Seahawks offensive tackle. He wouldn't even go to training camp, guys. That's how good he was. He would just show up afterwards and then just immediately start and dominate. I always felt bad for the backup tackle having to grind during camp. I feel really bad for the backup's backup because he's got to go through all of preseason knowing his ass is getting cut the second Walter Jones comes back. And you're out here like grinding, trying to put out good film, knowing you do not have a chance of remaining on the team.
All right, I got some names for y'all.
All right.
Some names. All right, number 1, Champ Bailey.
Yeah, that's a great name to be on there.
Man, God, great human being too. Like, with the most soft-spoken guy. Was fortunate enough to be teammates with him for a little bit in Denver. Incredible human, even better player. That's a good one.
Champ Bailey, and then
bro, what about Weapon X?
I was about to say Brian Dawkins stole it right from me. Yes, Brian Dawkins.
No, you're not a Weapon X believer.
Top 30's tough.
Good player, better talker.
I threw out Brian Urlacher.
A lot of what he did, I understood, and it's why we talk about him still, like him coming out, his entrance and his look and the dark visor and all of that. There was better players, but his aesthetic, incredible.
Yeah, I think Taylor's right. Ray Lewis and Derek Brooks on this list. Brian Urlacher, also first team all decade, not in this top 30.
That was the one that stood out to me the most.
Imagine that, Taylor. Why do you think Urlacher got?
Because he's really good.
Because he grew his hair after he stopped playing.
God, still the most disconcerting thing I've ever seen when Brian Urlacher thought he was just going to open up our pregame NFL coverage with hair all of a sudden. We weren't going to all be scared.
Yeah, God, he was really smart, really good. DeMarcus Ware?
He is I believe he is. Oh, he is not.
No.
All decade.
No. Wait, you're not?
Am I crazy?
Is he?
Oh,
is he
yeah.
not
Sorry,
a Hall of
he
Famer?
is. He's second team. My bad. He's second team all decade. Him, Zach Thomas, and Joey Porter.
Zach Thomas. Oh, Joey Porter.
Ooh, interesting. Man. Troy Polamalu's actually second team, while Weapon X and Ed Reed are first team. All decade, that is. Dude, I think Alan Faneca, Steve Hutchinson, Kevin Mawai, couple of shoe guys. I just love all those O-linemen. Those are the O-linemen that I grew up watching.
Richard Seymour.
Yep, he's all decade. All right. Have we run out of runway here on our NFL memory lane? Anybody else want to get a final name or two in?
Richard Seymour and Phillip Rivers trash talking each other was just peak sound, because Seymour used all the curse words and Phillip used none of them, and it was a great dynamic of them going back and forth. I mean, they would go after it when he was in Oakland.
Oh, here's should Vinatieri have been on that list? Is there any kicker on that list?
There's not a kicker, but he should be.
Vinatieri should be on the list.
Yeah.
I think that's a miss. I would take somebody off for Vinatieri.
Devin Hester then? Would you do Devin Hester then?
I mean, it's weird, right?
Cousin Devin, Hall of Famer.
I've always been more of a Dante Hall guy myself, but no, I mean, look, he's the greatest returner of all time, but I don't know that returner has the impact that a Vinatieri does. Like, Vinatieri won Super Bowls multiple times. The biggest kicks we've ever seen, was so consistent. Wow, I didn't realize Shane Leckler, first team all decade. All right. That's enough of that.
Down memory lane.
That's enough of that. Very fun. Down memory lane. All the guys that we grew up watching. Joe Thomas. Okay, sorry. It's not over yet. Joe Thomas played 10,363 consecutive snaps.
He never missed a game.
What?
As a tackle.
10,363. How in the world? And the whole time, you're just losing.
Yeah, they're winning like
Terrible.
3 games.
You're just garbage. Has anybody been more waste? I bet you, Joe. So Taylor doesn't believe that our guy Milos of Croton could have eaten an entire cow in one day. I bet you prime Joe Thomas could have eaten an entire cow in one day.
2 cows in one day.
Joe Thomas could definitely take down a cow and 9 liters. Actually, who's the most likely NFL player to be able to drink 9 liters of red wine in one go?
Ooh, like current NFL player?
Yeah.
Kelsey.
Easily, Jason Kelsey. That's exactly where my brain went as well.
I was about to say, is Incognito still playing?
Richie Incognito, yep. Incognito. Oh, man.
Did that while he played.
Richie would definitely be one of them as well.
Nebraska's finest.
All right. When we get back, some massive scholarship rule changes for college football. Seemingly very good, right? Dabo Sweeney says no, but does he have a point? We'll get to it next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to TrashRangersLLC.com, TrashRangersLLC.com, and understand, and look, make the switch today, dude. You probably see your neighbors, if you're in Livingston or Central Parish, you probably see your neighbors with the red cans popping up all over the place. And it's because it's just a better service. It's reliable, it's efficient, there's no hidden fees. You get the weekly text reminders about when they're coming out to your home. Call up 363-9053. That's 225-363-9053 and see what they can do for you. So that's on the residential side. But if you're a business and you need front load dumpsters that are going to be emptied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 days a week, you need some roll off dumpsters for a big project that you got going. Any and all of this. I don't care where you are. That is anywhere. Baton Rouge, Livingston, Ascension, anywhere. You go to TrashRangersLLC.com or call 225-363-9053 and you take advantage of a local company that serves you better than these national guys where you're just a number on the spreadsheet, right? Because they actually give a damn. So, have all your waste removal needs taken care of by the experts at Trash Rangers. Go to TrashRangersLLC.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $20,000 off the powerful Ram truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency.
On Fridays, OTB. To get you ready for the weekend, we'll have a little day 2 recap of Saints training camp. Some news leaking out of the massive Bayou Splash recruiting weekend. Off the bench, 7 to 10 a.m., 104.5 ESPN.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back to OTB. It's been a real delight here in studio, Jake. You're missing it during the break. Taylor and Jordan just arguing with one another. This most recent commercial break was all about who would you take #1 in fantasy. Taylor saying CMC, Jordan saying, no way, dude, I'm telling you, he's going to get hurt. It's coming.
Okay, bro.
It's coming.
It's coming, man. Listen.
Who would you take 1 in fantasy?
Right now?
Yeah.
Maybe Tyreek. Might go Tyreek, man. Just is a receiver.
Yeah, that's
I'm like,
let me know.
man,
I don't know. I'm awful
Jefferson.
at fantasy, but that makes sense to me.
I will usually go Jefferson, but I'm not buying the quarterback situation. So I like Tyreek.
Yeah, you can't go Jefferson with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah,
Maybe it ends up being great, but that's just a risk.
Yeah.
The heavy. What's the highest you would take Jets?
Me?
3.
Okay.
Yeah. He has to fall to me.
All right. All right then, boys. Let's do. Oh wait. And then so earlier in the hour, Taylor, you felt like you needed to get something off your chest.
You felt like I needed to get something off my chest.
No.
Don't backtrack.
You said
Don't
it
backtrack.
loud and proud,
Don't
all
backtrack.
fair. Don't be a coward. Bring it on.
Okay, so we were talking about the whole, Drew Brees versus Manning thing, and I get it. Saints fans are going to have some sort of bias. I would have a bias as well. The thing that irritates me is, like, there's a shocking number of Saints fans that truly believe that the NFL is out to get them. I just can't get behind that, guys. I get it. Bountygate was stupid. But they're like, oh, well, Drew Brees never got another Super Bowl because Roger Goodell wouldn't allow it. Guys, they suspended Tom Brady for deflating footballs. When he came back, he won the Super Bowl that year and then went on to win another one.
Exactly. They helped him out. They let him have fresh legs going into the playoffs.
Yes. That's it. That is exactly
an old man they allowed to play 4 less games so that he could be better for the Super Bowl. Why didn't they do that with Breeze?
Again, that is exactly the thought process of some Saints fans. I get it. The no no call was awful. Worst blown call in history.
Yeah.
But what I see all the time is, well, if they don't miss that call, then the Saints are guaranteed another Super Bowl win. I can't get behind that either.
No, but they'd be playing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but so many things still have to go right for you to win a Super Bowl. I mean, I'm not saying, oh, if they get this one call, they're winning the Super Bowl guaranteed. There are no guarantees. I can't get behind that.
Look, the NFL does hate the Saints.
Yes. Okay.
Bountygate is ridiculous.
Yes.
The fact they suspended the head coach for an entire year for something that was pretty ubiquitous. Like maybe Greg Williams. I don't know, Jake. Like, how common was stuff like Bountygate? Oh, wait, hold on. George got to unmute you.
I got it.
Okay, there we go.
I think I got it.
Okay,
maybe not to like take a player out, T-Bob, but we had things certainly like amongst like position groups. It's like, hey, if you're playing star linebacker or star safety this week, if you run him over or if you make him miss in the hole, like, that's a point system. And like we would keep track of stuff like that. And so, yeah, I mean, stuff like that happened. Maybe not to that extent, but certainly stuff like that happened. I mean, the old kangaroo court, like we would find each other for different things. Like the Saints, I think it was just because of what it was. And then they could go back and be like, oh man, look at that hit. They definitely were trying to end that guy's career. Like that's the thing that probably got the Saints in trouble.
I always heard an old tale, who knows if it's apocryphal or not, but I always heard an old tale that after the Saints won the Super Bowl, that Sean Payton basically tried to because he partied all night, he tried to sleep in and skip the I guess the day after all the owners and Goodell, all the bigwigs, they have a big breakfast and they won the Super Bowl winning coach there, right? And Payton was just straight up skipping it.
Yeah.
And then Goodell, brought people to his room and basically forced him down. He had glasses on, he was all hungover and stuff. But basically that him and Goodell always hated each other. And you could see, I mean, Sean Payton loved thumbing his nose.
Yeah.
At the NFL. And then you had
so it's like Stetson Bennett on Good Morning America the next morning?
Yes, exactly. Exactly, dude.
Hey, man, to speak about Greg Williams, you can't run a dog kennel without some dogs. Okay?
There you go.
You can't have a kennel without some dogs. So y'all can say, they trying to, it's football. Bo, back then,
Taylor.
This is football, right?
Maybe if the Cowboys had some of that badassery, they'd actually win some.
I literally opened that statement by saying Bountygate was stupid, but that's fine.
Somebody says, shut up, Taylor, you're a Cowboys fan.
Hey, he set the chat on fire. He wanted that.
I mean, yeah, I am.
Somebody said, Taylor probably thinks Tony Romo's top 5.
Tony Romo's awful.
Have you ever liked the Cowboys? He's not awful, bro.
Chill out.
Have you ever liked the Cowboys? Yeah, would you take Romo or Dak?
It is close, but probably Romo.
Isn't Dak better or no? Am I crazy?
Clint Sterner, dude, or Quincy Carter?
For real.
Hey,
picking dictators.
Didn't Quincy Carter win a playoff game?
Yeah, he won one.
Yeah,
for the Shreveport Bossier Battle Wings.
That's
probably.
right, baby. Wait, Taylor, have you ever liked a single Cowboys player in your lifetime?
Cowboys player, absolutely. Cowboys quarterback, probably not, honestly.
Who's your favorite?
Because I mean, when I grew up, it was Quincy Carter. Then we went to an aging Drew Bledsoe, straight to Romo, straight to Dak. So, I mean, it hadn't been great.
So who's your favorite Cowboys player of your life?
Who's your GOAT?
Of my life?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll give you an offense and a defense.
Yes.
Defense, it's DeMarcus Ware. Offense, it's Jason Witten.
Yeah, I don't know, Taylor.
I respect that.
Ware's
very respectable.
Jason Witten, what a Lego man of a human being. Great football
I was
player.
about to say, Jason Witten's
Incredible football player.
Yeah.
Personality-wise,
Yeah.
just pretty basic.
I don't know him at all. I don't know that I've ever even met him, but has he ever said anything that moved any needle?
He
ever?
would probably be, I mean, don't get me wrong. Guys like this, a lot of times, they maintain a public image. He's probably a great locker room guy, probably be awesome to get a beer with. But just in the entertainment setting, like in like TV, he just did not. He did not do it.
What is it? They put him at color for 1 year. He was so bad at it that he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go play for the Raiders.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's how good you are at football. You're like, I think I just want to play in the NFL again. And like other people have tried their whole life doing everything they can, trying to make a team, and he's like, oh yeah, I'll play again. Sure, why not?
Crazy work.
Whatever.
We got to get Taylor.
I'm like out here having mental breakdowns trying to make practice squad.
For what it's worth.
Having anxiety attacks. Like, am I good enough? What is my worth in life?
Go
And
straight
Jason
from the
Witten
booth
just
back to the field.
just cash it at like 40 years old. Like, I think, why not? Let's get one more season.
So he actually went. He was out 2018. Went to the Cowboys in 19. Then the Raiders in 2020.
Damn.
Was not good with the Raiders.
Who fails more in the playoffs, Romo or Dak?
I mean, don't they both have the same number of playoff wins?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. I'm asking you, Mr. Cowboy.
I mean, I
Mr.
guess
Urban
Romo,
Cowboy.
because he was there longer. Dak only has one playoff win, though. So, I mean, neither of them have been super successful, but Romo had more opportunity. I guess we'll go Romo.
That's like comparing a canned Coke to a bottle Coke. It's still Coke. Like, I'm about to say it's still Coke.
But I do like a bottle Coke better.
You know, it can hit a little different.
Oh,
but
canned Coke's colder. Love a good canned Coke.
I like a canned Coke better.
Controversy in here.
What?
Controversy in here.
Glass over aluminum any day, boys. I thought we held these truths to be self-obvious.
Okay, glass. You said bottle. I was thinking you meant
plastic.
plastic.
I was thinking
Oh, like plastic bottle?
I was
Oh,
thinking
no,
like a
can.
bottle, I like a
My
vending
bad. My bad.
Go to gas
No,
station.
no,
Yeah.
of course can over plastic. The tier would be glass bottle, can, plastic
Yeah,
bottle.
well, because
Correct.
the glass bottle gets super cold as well.
Okay, I was very freaked out for a second
should've
why we
clarified.
were on such different pages there. Golf House says, T-Bob, weren't you trying to get injured during training camp? I would be lying if I didn't. Like, I definitely went through if I got injured, that wouldn't be the worst thing. They have to keep you around. So I definitely did not
Gotta
practice.
pay you too.
Yeah, I did not practice in knee braces. I was like, all right, let's see if something happens here.
Please get this ACL.
All right, when we get back, let's update what there's some news out the Bayou Splash. I'm sorry, this hour's just gone completely awry here. It's just a bunch of balls chopping up NFL names. But hey, man, football's almost back upon us. When we get back, LSU hosting the massive Bayou Splash. We got some news leaking out of it. Get there next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, 925-8552. Central Plumbing is your one-stop plumbing shop, man. You're not going to be able to hit Central Plumbing with a problem that they don't know how to solve, and that's because they've been at it for 50 years. They got flat rate pricing. They got 24/7 emergency service, meaning they're there for you when you need them. They have a giant fleet. They can handle it. They have a great warranty once the work is done. They send you information ahead of time about who's coming in your home. And of course, because this ain't amateur hour, we ain't Taylor. Everybody's licensed, bonded, insured. Competent professionals. How nice it would be to work with those. Well, you can experience it yourself by going to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Musco.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net. Elevate brand visibility, ignite customer engagement with the power of radio and digital advertising combined. Guarantee Digital Media brings the two together as a trusted media partner in Louisiana for nearly a century. Claim your free digital audit at guaranteemedia.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail.
Join me for a Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show presented by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. Preston Guy talking Tigers, little recruiting. Mark Colkin from WeAreSC.com talks about the USC Trojans, LSU's opening opponent. The Olympics start. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
So, players starting to arrive at the Bayou Splash. You want to watch a full segment on it? We did a piece on it yesterday. It'll be on the LSU Tigers YouTube channel. But the point of this, I guess, is that there's not a ton of news, even though I think by Monday we'll be breaking down a lot of what happened over the weekend. But I do want to remind you just how ridiculous this LSU class, and these are the guys that are going to be on campus this weekend along with a couple of other major potential targets. Right now, though, LSU has the highest average rating per commitment. So they may not have the number one class because they don't have the most commitments, but the highest average rating per commitment. So the quality is absurd, right? How about this? LSU has 6 commits. Shout out Zach Nagy. Found this on his Twitter. LSU has 6 commits that are number 1 in their state. Bryce Underwood's the number 1 player in Michigan. Harlan Bear's the number 1 player in Louisiana. DJ Pickett's the number 1 player in Florida. Damian Shanklin's the number 1 player in Indiana. Derek Meadows, the number 1 player in Nevada. Carius Curd, the number 1 player in Arkansas. Bruh, this LSU staff is beating ass right now.
Very impressive.
All right, Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day. Your daily dose of NFL news from
planned?
Taylor Sharp.
You're so pleased with yourself.
No, it's a fun one. I know that T-Bob gets in his feels a little bit if we ever have something bad happen. This is not a bad one.
Oh, sorry, I get in my feels when you tell me depressing stories about death and tragedy. Yeah, my bad. I must be the a-hole.
Sometimes death happens, T-Bob. I'm just reporting
Sometimes?
on it. Yeah, I would argue every day. I was looking last night of, like, teams that are getting a little bit of hype and, like, who I thought was getting too much hype. 2 teams that came to my mind, obviously, was the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen has no help on that team. I'm not really sure how good they're going to be. I'm pumping the brakes on them. I'm pumping the brakes on the Jets. A lot of people think that they're going to be
they're all about it.
Super Bowl favorites out of the AFC. I'm not buying into it. And then another team I looked at, not because I don't think they're good, I do. It was the Detroit Lions. I was like, look, Dan Campbell was excellent last year, but everybody on that team was a little unproven in terms of playoff success. Could they do it again? So I was skeptical of them until, guys, I saw this promo. Check out this promo.
Oh, let me see.
3, 2, 1. Yo,
Volume
Maniacs,
needs
Hulk
volume.
Hogan here, the greatest of all time, and my new tag team partner, Campbell Mania brother, is going to run wild this year. Super Bowl, nothing but greatness, nothing but victory. So what you going to do when the Detroit Lions and Campbell Mania runs wild on you, brother? What you going to do?
Look,
Only
man.
one thing could be grittier than a Dan Campbell promo, and it's Dan Campbell and Hulk Hogan, guys. I'm bought into the Detroit Lions now. Let's go.
Look, Hulkamania was awesome back in the day, no doubt about that.
Listen to that music though, T. I couldn't hear or see that, but listen to that theme
He's
music.
got a little bit of a whorish feel, though. I mean, he just did this at the RNC. Now he's with Dan Campbell.
He ripped the Trump 2024 shirt. Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying, and I don't care. It's not a political statement. Like him being at the RNC, I'm just saying, like we could pay him if we had enough money. We could get Hulkster out here, and he'd be like, "What are you gonna do when OTB Mania runs wild all over you?" It just it doesn't it would be
wrong
awesome.
with that?
It would be. I know. I mean, that actually does sound kind of awesome.
Look,
to be fair.
we got a still shot. Dan Campbell wearing the hat that says grit to let you know that the grit's coming. These two guys, they mean business.
Well, also, I
Detroit
will say
Lions, I'm bought
this.
in.
I love the look on Dan Campbell's face. The only face that I've seen that has been happier in recent memory was there were a bunch of memes going around about Matt Rule when he gets a cup of coffee at Big Ten Media Days. He just looks so pleased. But, so like you can tell Dan Campbell's a big fan. Very cool moment for him. So you're saying you're a believer in the Lions now? There's an ESPN article saying they could have one of the craziest fantasy years of all time. You got like 20
I'm in on the Lions, man. I was a little skeptical to see if they can do it again. Let's go.
All right. Coming up
I was
next.
already all in on the Lions. I mean, you don't wear a hat that says grit and me not be all in.
That's true. The Lions are kind of tailor-made for you to be a little Lions fanboy. Shout out Billy Lucci, Dan Campbell's old college roommate. Some of the Campbell stories that we were getting at SEC Media Days were incredible. That's a real meathead-ass meathead. All right. Not that, I mean, you already knew that. Hour 3 of OTB coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. I mean, Hulkster's got to be on the tee, right? I mean, he looks great. He's still pretty ripped. You want to be ripped, feel good, feel better, younger, faster, stronger, recapture the youthful, energetic feeling, fight the effects of untreated aging. This could be andropause, menopause, facial aging, mood and memory problems, insomnia, like lack of energy, lack of confidence, rolling into bed, out of bed, all of this, okay? You can fight this. It doesn't have to happen. 20, 30, 40, 50, male, female, I don't care. Get the free professional estimate from Rejuve Me Medical. Go get your labs drawn and let them customize a plan for you. Baton Rouge, Metairie, Slidell, Monroe, Shreveport, we got you, man. Okay, so set up that free consult today and recapture, reach your full potential. That's what this is about. Reach your full potential and feel better and younger with Rejuve Me Medical. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off F-150. $10,000 off the new 2024 Ford F-150. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com. Oh, by the way, we do shutters too.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Friday, July 26th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 85. In hour 3 of today's show, Rivers Huey stops by the studio for a full hour of champagne shenanigans. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome in. Hour 3 of OTB on a Friday, which means only one thing. It's time to get drunk. It's time to drink some champagne here, boys. We're kicking off a little champagne shenanigans. Rivers Huey in
We're
studio.
just 60 minutes away from the
I
end of
forgot.
the OTB
Forgot
work
laundry
week.
made sense.
Screw it. Why not start now?
Oh, perfect then.
Oh, yeah.
The cork and pass the glass. This is Champagne Shenanigans with Rivers Huey on Off the Bench. Now, here's T-Bob Hebert, Jacob Hester, and Rivers Huey.
T-Bob, Jordan, Taylor, Jake, and Rivs hanging out today. Alondra not here. Rivs, what's up? What's going on? Have you recovered from Dallas? Working them 12, 13-hour days.
I have, but it did take me probably until Monday to feel like
We're
a
getting
human. And the worst part, I need more. We have more cups too, but we didn't even do anything. Like there have been years when we have gone on that trip and we have done it.
No.
You know, like we've gone out, we've
Very
done the
responsible.
deal. We were very responsible this year. I was asleep at a reasonable hour every single night. But man, waking up at 5 and not getting done until 6:30, and then like even just going to dinner.
Yeah, I mean, no, I look, it's weird. It's one of the, you're always going to be, and I wasn't working nearly as much, and it's still, you kind of gets you a little bit.
Although I do feel like we're still in Dallas because check out the fit.
That's right, baby.
We're back.
Well,
once my guy finds a fit that he likes, he is going to make sure that we all see it.
Well, it's a Friday thing, right? It's always on. It's on Friday because I know that's like the most feel good day, the day when you're going to be the most social. Also, the shirt's incredibly comfortable,
right?
Isn't that this is Livy Dunn's company?
No,
I mean not owns, but like that she doesn't. She like
she
like does like a bunch of advertising for them.
It was super popular with men before her. So they use her to get the women in the door because they've been making men's clothing for a while. So it's Vuori. But then now they're like pushing into the women's market. But I feel like it's that video that went viral. Like, if you like it, buy it in another color. If you like it, I'm going to buy it in another color.
I haven't seen that, but I've done that plenty in my life.
That is you.
I mean, that's basically my whole closet is just solid color shirts, but like the same style of shirt.
Yeah.
Even though today I've done
It's either
something I've
solid
never.
color or Hawaiian.
Yeah,
Yes.
or very loud.
Yes.
Very loud or
Yeah.
pretty muted.
There's
Not a lot of in between.
no in the middle.
I mean, what do you want me to
cartoon
wear?
character.
What do you want me to wear? Like a horizontal striped polo? Disgusting. Get the
I
hell
would
out of
love
here.
to see you in that, though.
Taylor would wear a horizontal striped polo.
He probably has on a neon polo right now.
He does. He
have
does
a-
like that neon polo.
I don't have a horizontal stripe polo.
The neon polo has horizontal stripes and like neon shoulder pads. True or false?
No doubt.
No, get a picture of it. I know it does.
True.
You talking about my blue shirt?
I don't know. That's
I have a like a
I don't think that's
electric
blue.
blue shirt. I don't have a neon polo.
Jake, you know what? Whatever, doesn't matter.
Well,
Next
you
time
know
I
what-
call you
exactly
out.
the one
I
you're
know
talking about,
exactly
Steve.
what you're talking about.
You
too.
know what I saw this week? So I don't know. I guess y'all been taking turns like in the background of 104.5 ESPN's Instagram stories. Y'all been doing a great job. I've been loving the content. There is a photo that was floating around. I don't know who took it of you, like you're in the background, but I don't think you were ready for the picture, but you looked around
Yeah, it
and
was
you
Jordan.
posed immediately.
Jordan
And it was
took it.
very blue steel.
Oh, let me see this.
I
Wait,
think
can
there
we
was
get
a
my
story.
evidence of this?
Dude,
Oh,
was
it's
from,
already
like,
gone.
3 days ago.
Damn.
But I was like, okay, Taylor.
Proud of you, Tay-Tay.
Look at that
Hey,
model
never
face.
forget, a few weeks ago, this would have been great on the ESPN story, but a few weeks ago, I have a VR headset in an old Oculus Quest in my room, and I made Rivers and Taylor both try it on and do the dancing mini game, and
Look, I didn't know I was
Taylor
being
was
filmed
the better
first of all.
dancer.
won the day.
Taylor was a better dancer, dude. I did not know Taylor could move like that. Maybe I'm guilty of being racist, but I just didn't think Taylor could dance. I really did not think so. I didn't think he had a shot.
To be like in my defense, Taylor absolutely danced better than I did. But in my defense, one, I could feel you filming me. Like I knew what was happening.
Yeah.
Two,
So show up.
I had never done
Show up.
virtual reality. Like this was my very first time to ever put one of those headsets
Pretty
on.
crazy, isn't it?
I was just trying to not fall off of a cliff.
It's
you know,
pretty crazy.
I gotta be honest, I didn't know T-Bob filmed it.
Really? So you were just
locked in,
performing
yeah.
for me? Look at you little
I got
minx.
very
that's the thing.
self-conscious.
I didn't think anybody else would see it.
Look at you, you little sexy little
you thought
thing.
he was just gonna keep it to himself.
I thought this
That
was
would be weirder.
I thought it was
That
a
would be
one-man
far.
show.
That would be far weirder. Yes, weirder are both of the options. And I was like, Taylor, come dance for me in my
No,
office.
but it wasn't just that because like you made me do like there was a shooting thing and that was just like one of the levels.
Yep.
I didn't know. it
Why
was being
couldn't I?
videoed.
Yeah, why did I get the dancing one? I feel like I could have done a million
I
other
had,
things.
No,
I had,
John,
like,
I
3 or
just
4.
put y'all on the tutorial and it wants you to dance at the beginning of the tutorial. I was just, the bigger story here is just that I think Taylor can dance.
He can, yes,
I was
absolutely.
shocked.
He was
I
moving.
shocked. No, speaking of Avatar, I've never done this before since I was a very little kid when I was like a cowboy. But I have boots and jeans on today. I feel like I'm wearing a wizard costume. It kind of feels like when I wore the suit at SEC Media Days. Like this, like even Jordan when I walked, he was like, "Whoa, bro, do you have boots and jeans on right now?" I was like, "I know, it's crazy."
Your usual outfit's like shorts and a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, yeah.
Wait, but
unbuttoned to like
to be
the belly
fair,
button area.
I think last year when we were in Nashville, he wore the Hawaiian button-down swim trunks and boots and a hat.
Well, no, I don't think I had boots on. on.
That is
I had those.
ludicrous.
I was wearing those LSU Crocs. They're canes. They're
That's
not
even
Crocs. They're
worse.
canes.
I had
People were
I brought in
disappointed
my
that you
hat.
didn't show up like that this year.
I
though.
know.
Well, I did though.
Actually,
The last day I paraded down. I sauntered down, pool shirt unbuttoned to the belly button. My Scandi shorts on, or my Scandi bathing suit. I sauntered through the room. I made one lap in my.
We actually put you on air. You came on AFR like that.
Yeah. Which, judging from that camera angle, the whole time I was worried y'all were going to see my balls. Which has happened. Again, one of the first time I wore that bathing suit in a public setting, we had a pool party with a bunch of new friends, people I didn't know. And at one point, me and all the fellas are talking. I'm sitting at the edge of the pool, legs spread. And one of them was like, T-Bob, I can see your testicles.
I know we just met, but
Yeah,
I bet that was awful for you because I know you get self-conscious about stuff. You should have just went with it, got Caitlin in on it as well, and she'd have been like, "Yeah, I'm glad y'all came over. T-Bob has this weird things about like showing people his balls. And, like I got to get into stuff."
It wasn't at our house. I went to somebody else's house
Even
and
better.
flashed them.
Oh, you take the show on the road.
Yeah.
He takes the show.
Yeah.
It's the circus.
It's got a little too comfy. It's a little too comfy. What are you going to do?
You know what's crazy, T-Bob? Like, until I started working here, I thought this was like a stick. You know, I thought it was like a gig.
What?
You know,
What? A put on?
Your whole personality, right? And then we really hung
Mm.
out like off camera that one time. You know, the infamous night.
Yeah, when you lost the
When you
podcast.
lost all the podcasts,
It's not about that.
Yeah,
But
remember that, yeah.
He's really like this. Like, this is 100% who he really is. So that's.
I think
you had so many good takes that night.
I think it's
it was amazing.
It's
It was
so
amazing.
God,
Yeah, it was
so
amazing.
good, dude.
It was amazing.
And I had a spectrum level performance when it came to naming the original 150 Pokemon.
Yeah.
I was like straight Rayman in that thing, smashing.
It was like LeBron showing up.
Oh, we talked about that. I could name one Pokemon.
Which one?
Oh, oof.
Give me one.
Pikachu.
There we
Pikachu,
go.
that's the one I knew.
Give
yeah,
me two.
yeah. Thanks.
Give me one more, guys.
No, I got no more.
Charizard.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Look
a
at my
real dad
guy.
right
dude.
I have nothing against Pokemon. I just never like engaged with it. So
Oh man, one of my
Squirtle.
there we go.
There you go.
what
There's
a
one.
Hey
name.
now, yeah, Squirtle.
What? Who named these things?
Shocker. T-Bob's favorite one.
Yeah, that's what I call
Oh
my
wait.
wife.
Speaking of like,
Relax, guys, relax. I call her War Turtle. Okay, War Turtle evolves from Squirtle.
roll into my shirt. I'm gonna move on from here. Speaking of having a moment where you're naming a lot of things, you were talking about the football list earlier.
Yes.
And you know what it reminded me of? Have you seen the bit that Benedict Polizzi or
Yes,
however
that was a good stand-up bit. That
he's like-
landed the other night.
Yeah, he's like, you know what like guys do? You're just in a room and you're hanging out, and I'll just like walk to another room to get a beer, and I'll just yell someone's name, a football player's name, and then the rest of my friends will just yell whatever college you went to.
Yes.
He's like, and we do that for 7 hours.
Yes.
He's like,
And
no one questions
But
it.
he played it live with the crowd, and the crowd, at least one person in the crowd got it every time, and it got increasingly funny. It was just a risky bit.
But
Because you have to find the names. If you're going to do that on a public comedy stage, you have to find the names that aren't too famous, but still are famous enough where somebody's going to know where they went, and Benedict played it very well.
But that's what I felt like when y'all were talking about that list earlier. Y'all were just like coming up with some old heads, and
He's
like
a
I was
great,
like, wow.
I know
y'all-
that's how I felt too. But he's a great hair transplant success story.
Yeah.
I would say,
He
right?
was very open about his hair transplant as well. He really showed you all the stages.
Ooh, it gets really nasty looking there
It gets
for
dark.
a minute.
It gets dark.
But it gets better.
Yeah.
As well. That's Joey Molinari's like podcast partner, comedic crime buddy dude. Have you ever seen the Molinaro videos where it's him and
with
like
curly hair.
At the office.
Johnson? Yeah. The office guy, the Johnson, like doing all the puns and everything. That's who we are.
That one went
Talking
viral,
about.
and then the one where they were at a wedding reception, and it's like the stages of being at a wedding reception, and it just
They're really
increasingly
good, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Joey's best stuff that I think he does, because I think it's incredibly like good writing on multiple levels, is when he creates like the modern day Seinfeld episode or the modern day Office episode. And not only is he doing all the impressions, but he's like writing the sitcom as if he's basically writing Seinfeld, but just like but his original writing. I don't know. I'm always blown away by Joey.
They're so funny together.
He is he's a legend. All right. I don't know exactly where this hour's going to go, guys. So we're just going to continue to keep it free flowing. I think we can go ahead and pronounce tier lists dead, though.
I
know
think
we're rolling up on
I think we can put
football.
it to bed.
Yeah, I know we're rolling up on football, but this is the second summer in a row where tier lists have bombed.
Well, I mean,
We did
can
our
do one.
thing.
I have an idea. We
What-
can
what-
do
what
one
is
today.
it?
we can do a tier list of movies and TV shows that we haven't seen that everybody has seen. So it's like, you name like a crazy.
I don't.
movie.
I don't hate the idea. I just got no I got nothing for it anymore.
I think he
Kinda like
already
2
decided
summers
that he
ago,
was
they
done
were all
with tier
trying to
lists.
everyone that we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like we talked about with NFL players. You know, sometimes they're in training camp, it just hits you, and you're like, I'm done.
Well, I can tell that the
I'm
steam
done.
in the room is
Vontae
gone because,
Davis
like,
in it.
we
I'm
used
done.
to stay afterwards and argue
For like an hour.
and we would get
Yeah, we
really
did.
intense in this room. And then the last few, I've been like, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
And it's funny because the ones that we would get so intense about ended up, always getting the most
Yeah.
people caring about them. So it's a classic. You get in what you get out what you put in. That's what I was looking for.
Okay.
As I'm fighting through a champagne-induced burp. So it goes Squirtle, War Turtle, Blastoise.
Yes.
That's a funny name as well. But I was always more of a Bulbasaur, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur.
Man, you
type of guy.
You're strong because you got to start with either Charmander or Squirtle.
Nah, dude, fire's so basic. Everybody goes
Well,
fire.
you only want fire because of Charizard. That's the only reason why.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody wants the fire-breathing dragon.
It's like
you gotta
watching
be
people speak French in front of you and having no idea what they're saying.
We're two Pokemon nerds.
I love it. No, I think it's
Yeah,
great.
that's why we click.
If I want a dragon Pokemon, give me Dragonite. You know
that was so hard to get. It wasn't like an easy.
No,
I'm into dragons.
But again, I know. So more and more, we learn that you just don't like the hard road.
Oh
there, Jordan.
my
You know,
God!
I mean,
you know what? Can we go to break?
No resistance to adversity. I like dragons as
Oh,
well.
you said something and it made him so mad.
Yeah, because he quit his NCAA character because the coach benched him instead of keeping going.
No.
Coach didn't bench me. The coach lied and said I had a spot.
Hey,
and I
get
go to
over
the
it.
school. No,
Get over
no,
it.
no,
Win the
no.
position battle, nerd.
No. Lies. I don't like lies.
Favorite dragons. Go around the room. Favorite dragons.
What do you like? In what?
It could be. It doesn't have to be a specific dragon, but like, is it like? Oh, I like the dragons in Fourth Wing. I like the dragons in The Hobbit. I like the dragons in I
have a dragon.
And what was the Sean Connery movie?
I don't know.
Dragonheart.
James Bond.
No.
I think Game of Thrones did good with the dragons because
House of Dragon is killing.
well, no, I'm talking about
Oh, you're talking
the
about
original
Game of
because there's the one the dragon that dies. I've never felt as emotional about watching something like die on screen.
Yeah,
they're killing people left and right.
Gets it.
And then they killed the dragon, and I was like, oh.
Well, they did it. They did such
because
a good
I was
job.
like, it felt like a puppy. Like they did a good job of making those dragons feel like fire-breathing puppies.
Well, and establishing how precious they were in terms of they were gone forever, and then now they're suddenly back, and like there's only a couple, so they have to be protected at all costs.
We got to see them when they were like little dragons, and
then did like the Night King's ice dragon do anything? God, they wasted the Night King. You can tell me the whole show builds up to this apocalyptic enemy,
And then they
he
just
doesn't.
stab him.
He doesn't win one battle.
They just stab him.
He doesn't win one battle, and it's not even like the realm was united against him. They were still splintered and all over the place, and yet they.
Look, there's a lot of votes in the chat for Peach Dragon. The OG.
What about Puff the Magic Dragon?
That is actually maybe the correct answer.
Hold the Mayo saying Spyro. A lot lot of people love Spyro.
No. The best dragon is Donkey's wife from Shrek. That is the best dragon.
She's pretty hot, dude.
Come on, man.
I agree,
The
dude.
dragon from Shrek.
Zack and Wheezy, the two-headed dragon from Dragon Tales.
Okay, that's a good one.
I forgot
wow.
about Dragon Tales. Oh my! I didn't know you were old enough for Dragon Tales.
Oh yeah, dude, I watched it all the time.
Yeah, that was a hell of a theme song, Jake. I agree.
Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon.
I like
Dragon's good.
How to Train Your Dragon, and then there's that new show Rescue Riders. Like I have kids, so I'm very in it. But Rescue Riders was like a spin-off of How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
So there's all these dragons in this new animated
Rescue
show.
Riders good?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
A lot of dragons.
I like Encalagon the Black. Okay, guys.
Of course you do.
Okay. Not really. I don't know much about him. It's like the most badass dragon in Middle Earth history, but he's not really like written about.
But Mushu from Mulan.
Mushu's great.
Oh yeah,
very funny.
But he was a dragon.
Taylor, you're on fire.
You are.
He's on fire.
Thank you, guys.
That's what happens when you don't
Hey,
drink champagne.
Sea Smoke from House of Dragon.
Sea Smoke was pretty good the other night. I felt
Big scene stealer the other night.
Yeah, I was about to get into spoiler
Don't
territory.
get into spoilers.
We can spoil Game of Thrones. We can't spoil House of the Dragon yet. What would be my favorite fictional dragons, man? I never read Aragon. I know a lot of people use. Did you ever
How
read
do
Aragon
we
growing
all
up?
have answers and you don't for this category?
I
think he's paralyzed by indecision. I think there's too many dragons.
I mean, I really like what I've seen
Too
out of
many
House of Dragon recently. I mean, again, what was it? The Harry Potter dragons. I mean, who wasn't freaked out by a Norwegian Ridgeback?
I know that this wasn't a dragon, but he gave dragon vibes. What was Falcor from the Neverending Story? He was like a dragon dog.
I got to rewatch Neverending Story. I don't think I've seen it since I was like 7
He's
or 8.
like-
I don't
he's-
remember anything about the
He
movie
is
except for
shaped
him.
like a dog, but he acts like a dragon.
Well, he's kind of got, if I remember correctly, but again, I don't. But to me, he's got like the Chinese dragon shape, but in dog form. 'Cause he's got like the dog face, dog fur.
But he
but he's got that
flies-
sinewy
yeah,
Chinese
yeah.
dragon feel
This thing
to
looks
him.
hideous.
Yeah, and if you rewatch it as an adult, it gets a little weird. Falcor's a little. He's like, "Come here, little boy." Like it's like it gets a little.
Hell yeah, Falcor. He's just recruiting.
He's,
You know?
He is.
That's what they're saying at the Bayou Splash right now. Come here, little boy. You want to play football?
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
This
I'll pay
dragon,
you a lot.
This dragon's hard to look at, man. I'm not going to lie to you.
Have you ever seen the Neverending Story?
No way.
Oh, you should definitely watch
No
it.
way. I don't know if I'm going to watch this. This looks like
It's really chaotic.
It's like a talking churro. Like,
How
I
do
don't
we
know
feel
what this
about
is.
bad dragons?
I love them.
I would go. I think.
Dragons are meant to be bad.
I think. I want you to Google bad dragons during the break, Jordan, for me.
Got you.
I think that I'm just going to go with Smaug. Not cinema Smaug, but the Hobbit literature, the Hobbit Smaug, like Smaug the Dragon in the Hobbit. He's so freaking good. And he established a lot of the dragon stereotypes that we now associate them with. Greed, kind of cunning intelligence, just really powerful. Shout out Smaug. All right.
I mean, Reign of Fire had some bad dragons.
Reign of Fire was
Remember that
badass,
movie?
dude. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that McConaughey?
McConaughey and Christian Bale, if I remember right.
Dude. Hell yeah, dude.
So he's T-Bob asking for his favorite fictional dragon as opposed to his favorite real dragon.
Well, my favorite real dragon would be a T-Rex.
Chill.
A T-Rex. All right. Where we give that okay. Well, well played. Okay. That's a good point. More OTB when we get back.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Coleman Roofing and Construction. Go to colemanroof.com today, and you can work with Louisiana's most reliable, most respected, and most complete roofing company. In fact, you go to colemanroof.com and you can get a free inspection. You can contact them right there. But look, right here, right on the website, request a free inspection. Just leave your name, your email, your phone, and a little blurb about how they can help. Press submit, and bam! All of a sudden, Coleman's committed to providing you top-notch services and ensuring the satisfaction throughout the roofing process. So let Coleman help you achieve the sturdy and beautiful roof that's going to give you peace of mind going forward. Now, I say complete because it's not just residential, it's commercial as well. It's anywhere in the state or the Gulf South region. It's any type of roof. And again, the website's a great resource if you want to go check out what other customers have to say, figure out why they got that 4.8 on Google reviews. And remember, construction as well. Tree falls onto your home or something, they fix the inside and the roof. It's Coleman Roof, colemanroof.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Saints Camp Day 3, Ross Jackson has our report, and LSU pitcher DJ Primo joins us from the Cape. 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger. That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 11:30 The Tiger.
Go to Rejuve Me.
What's going on? For what? To do this again?
The thing, the faster, stronger.
The bigger, faster, stronger. Yeah.
Every time you do that read, it makes me think of this song.
This is a Jimmy theme song.
That's why I put it on.
Yeah.
Makes me think of Tommy Moffat. Bigger, faster, stronger.
Pistons.
Wait, did Kanye rip that from Moffat?
Yeah, classic.
Maybe.
Just basically, almost got a little too loose there. Yeah.
Ooh. I cannot.
Basically, Scott Cochran.
T-Bob, real quick. You have to go on the road. I know you do whiskey and wine. You have to be in College Station because I'm going to be there. Billy Lucci's going
I know, I'm
to
trying
take us out before the game. Hey, we have got to give Moffitt absolute hell on the field before the game.
T-Bob was, I don't know, you may have told this on air already. When we were in the airport flying back from Dallas, T-Bob was shooting off text messages to Moffitt.
Yeah, I want to see. I don't have my phone on me.
Something like, I hope we score 100 on you or something.
Yeah, I'll look it up. I'll look it up and we can reminisce.
He was
about
like, I love you and I miss you, but.
Yeah, but I hope y'all get your ass.
He's gonna be mad at me before the game. I'm gonna go just.
He's gonna be locked in now too. He ain't gonna be giggling too much for the game.
Oh, I know. I know. That's why I'm gonna get him in a serious mood.
Yeah. Get him, jab him a little bit.
Yeah.
Rivs, you told us during the break you had something that you wanted to kind of quiz us with.
Okay, yeah. So just around the room, present and virtually.
Yeah.
Just give me like a yes or no if you have either like heard of or know what Brat Summer is. Don't tell me what it is. Just tell me if you know. Don't tell me what it is.
I have seen the term typed out on social media.
Got it?
I don't know what it means.
Wait,
there's no way.
You said it's Rat Summer?
Brat.
Rat Summer?
Yes.
We talked about Rat Boy Summer.
Yeah, Rats.
No, not Rat.
No, I don't
Brat
know Brat.
with
no,
a B.
No.
Zero
Jake.
chance I know this.
I know about the Brat Pack.
No. Okay. So
I don't think that's it, Bo.
I think, and to be fair, I had to do some old head light Googling because I felt very
Can I guess? Can I guess at what it is?
I mean, yeah.
Is it does it have anything to do with Bratz dolls?
No.
Are we doing our makeup crazy and smushing our eyes together?
No, it has nothing to do with.
Is it like rich kids who may be a little bit brattier who are just like all out for the summer because they got money?
That's where my head was.
Maybe you could maybe do that. You have a guess?
I don't have no guess.
Okay.
Is it the summer of sausage? Maybe it's brat summer?
What?
Are you reading it wrong?
No. Okay, so I think the origins.
I like what you're throwing out there,
I
T-Bob.
think summer of sausage. I think that would be some real like gaslighting right there, because I think the real
summer.
meaning is it started with the origins. Charlie XCX came out with a new album.
The singer?
Who's Charlie XCX?
She's a singer.
Yeah.
She's a singer.
Who's that?
She came out with a new album, and the cover is lime green, and I think that it says Brat on the front. I think that's the origin of it, like of Brat.
Okay.
But then these Gen Z girls have like taken it and started to own it, and it's Brat Summer. And I was like, but what does that mean?
Just act crappy towards people?
So I'm like, no, basically it's like it encourages enjoying life as much as you can in spite of the struggles you are facing.
Okay.
But then I saw another thing, it's like suggested searches when you go to Google, and it was like, what does the slang word brat mean? And when I tell you, I've never resonated with something more than what I read.
Oh, you're a brat.
You're ready for Brat Summer.
It depends on who you ask, but most define the term as just simply having fun and being a little messy. And wow, put it on my tombstone. I've been having fun and being a little bit messy my whole life, and I love it. So Brat Summer.
Brat Summer in full effect. So like next time you're like, should I get drunk again? Yeah, treat yourself. It's Brat Summer.
Some have even declared items as brat coded. I am very brat coded.
Brat coded.
Dirty martinis, cigarettes, Red Bulls, white tank tops, and salads.
I'm feeling pretty bratty, if that's the definition.
We are very bratty.
No white tank tops for me. Probably a little light in the salad
But
department.
I think that you can. I think you can.
So actually,
but the amphetamines in the heaters. I mean,
I think you
feeling
can
pretty
switch
bratty.
white tank top for those very short swim trunks.
Yeah, true.
I think
true.
those are
for
interchangeable.
short shorts.
T-Bub's like, I resonate with all these things except half the list.
Having fun and being a little bit messy. I love it. I am so brat coded.
That
is a Gen Z thing
I
that
don't know
I
why
love.
I hate the term brat coded.
I
hate
love
that.
adding.
that at
I don't
all.
ever do it, but I love hearing people add coded to things. I saw a picture of a guy in like a white mock neck turtleneck with a blazer on, and I saw somebody comment, "This is so Gru coded," and when I tell you, doubled over.
Gru coded, like from Despicable Me. Hey, Despicable Me 4, pretty fun.
I actually hate
Pretty
the
fun
term Gen Z. When y'all refer to us as Gen Z, I'd be like, why
You are Gen Z.
I'm like, why
But
are
you
y'all
are.
calling us that?
What? I
Like,
mean, what else? What would
What
you
do you
call
want us to call
yourself? We're millennials.
young adults? I don't know.
What do you
I
mean?
don't know.
But those are different conversations. You are a younger adult, but everybody's been a young adult. Not everybody's been a boomer. Not everybody's been a millennial. Not everybody's been Gen X.
Gen Z.
I gotta say, asking to be called young adult is a very Gen Z thing.
That's actually
Very
a great
fair.
point,
Crawled
Taylor.
right into
Guys,
it.
your point, Jordan, your point is so bad that you allowed Taylor to make a home run point.
Whoa, hold
That's
on,
crazy.
Hold on. First of all, that was a curveball in the dirt.
No, that was a fat
That was a
hanging
strike,
curve.
That was
brother.
not a strike.
That was
not
a
beat ball
fat
down the
hanging
plate.
curve that Taylor just rocked 420 to
Every
right
time
center.
I'm on the internet, somebody's telling me why I'm a millennial and what I do that's so millennial. So you just gotta sit down. You gotta take
We've
it.
taken it too, bud.
Yeah, we have
And
taken
it's
it.
funny. You know what I think is funny? Gen Z, y'all think you can hurt me with all your like millennial pause
Yeah.
this and whatever? Look,
Yeah.
I was on a
Suck it,
website.
Gen Z.
I was on a website when I was in 9th grade where we ranked our friends 1 through 8.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
think you
how about
can
that?
hurt me?
Okay, what is the cutoff for Gen Z?
How about
I
that?
might be barely
So
making
actually,
it. Like,
actually, my year, I believe 1996 is the cutoff.
Okay.
So I'm
Well,
like the
damn,
youngest
never mind.
millennial.
Well, okay, well, I didn't make the cutoff. I'm a little into the cutoff, but like, when's the cutoff for the next generation? That's the real question.
I don't know the exact dates, but like Daniel Blunt in the chat says, I'm 87. What am I? I think you're millennial.
You're a millennial.
Well, I'm 2000. That's definitely Gen Z. Then.
Gotta be
Yeah,
Gen
so
Z.
100%.
What about,
Gen Z,
what about
Gen
1985 millennial?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
millennial.
you're
It's still
millennial,
millennial.
yeah.
Gen Z is 97 to 2012. So if you were born
What?
97
Yeah.
to 2012, yeah,
That
so
makes
I'm
sense.
96. So I'm youngest millennial.
Oh, look at you. Welcome,
you're
Taylor.
on, yeah.
You're on our team.
You're on our team.
Barely.
This is discrimination.
He
I
did
didn't
know.
sign
Look,
up
he
for.
knew about
Welcome in, old head.
Dragon Tales. You wouldn't
He
know
did.
about Dragon Tales if you were Gen
Y'all,
A
one
little bit.
time
It was on free cable. It was on free cable back in the early 2000s. Barely.
Z. You know about
I
that.
had
It
a
was
boy.
PBS.
I had a boy
Thank you, Jake.
break up with me by taking me out of his top 8
Oof.
on MySpace. Like I will millennial pause all day long. I will side part my hair. I will do all of it.
I used to, God, man.
It was tough, but you know what you could do on MySpace? Add the songs that you like. And it made you feel like a real like coder. You're in the background of MySpace and you're like doing a little coding. You know, you're adding music.
What did Tom end up doing after he sold MySpace for $500
Just
million?
being rich on an island
Might
somewhere.
say.
I want to say he pursued a passion that was interesting that I can't remember.
I think this is a good point. When you were like growing up, when you were little,
Yeah.
did you watch Nickelodeon or did you watch Disney?
I was kind of both, cause like Disney, I would watch like Hannah Montana and like Wizards of Waverly
Yes.
Place, and like,
That is very Gen Z.
Nickelodeon was like Drake and Josh and like
It's all Gen Z,
SpongeBob.
bro. SpongeBob. I mean,
I feel like
that's
Nickelodeon was
Classified.
millennial. Watching Nickelodeon.
I was talking about the shows he was
Oh,
naming
yes.
were
but
Gen Z.
I was a Cartoon Network kid. Like
Okay.
your Eddie and Eddie, your Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
See, that
Chowder.
was a lot of my time. Used to love Ed, Ed and Eddie, though.
Yeah, like Eddie and Eddie.
What do you know about Cow and Chicken?
Cow and Chicken? That was Nickelodeon, huh?
No, that was Cartoon Network.
It was like
what about
that-
Dexter's
Yeah, well,
Laboratory?
Dexter's, of course. Dexter.
IR Baboon.
No, I don't know about the baboon. Like not cow, dog and cat. It's like cat dog.
Cat Dog, that was
Cat
Nickelodeon.
Dog. Yeah, cat dog.
Yeah.
Cat dog.
Foxhole Bob wouldn't have Jake in his top 8 MySpace friends.
I would absolutely have Jake in my top 8 MySpace friends, guys. Relax.
You should rank us in this room. What's your MySpace
Jordan's
looking
not
like
in
here?
it. Taylor's not in it. Rivs, you
eating?
can check in at 8,
that's
and I'll
crazy.
put Jake at 6.
Oh, he's lying. He's lying to everybody. Oh,
How am I 8?
do not believe him.
Look, I got a lot of high school
baby.
friends. I got a lot of high school friends, dude. I'm
Where's
sorry.
Ian? Is Ian 1?
Ian would
if
be my
you don't
1.
put Ian at 1,
I don't
he's
know.
going
Willie-
to
Willie
release
wouldn't
the
be 1?
videos.
Ian would be my 1. Ian, Will and Josh are also my brothers. But Ian's been my brother since first grade. I mean,
Ian probably has video.
Anybody.
Ian probably has video from that Texas Day Brazil. You know what? He's keeping him at
that
number
never
1.
happened because that never happened.
Keeping him at number 1.
Ian,
I do appreciate you trying to keep us on.
Me and Ian are adult males who have spent every
do my
Christmas
job,
Eve together for almost 3 decades. Like he flies in just to come to Christmas Eve with me because we did it when we were kids, and we've still kept it kept it going. Yeah, so it looks like Tom, after he sold, just now travels the world and does photography.
Love that.
'Cause he loves
Love that.
photography. Good for Tom, dude.
My type of lifestyle.
How much
My
did you
dog.
sell it for?
I think $500 million.
Oh, wow.
Casual.
Yeah, a little cash, 500.
Like, if you went to myspace.com right now, like, would it
Let's see.
pull up anything?
Let's see.
I remember Timberlake ended up buying it for like $20 million after it crashed. Yes, myspace.com.
Are people on it?
It looks like this is what Timberlake was going to make it into. It's a music site, I guess. It says feature. Taylor, go pull it up. Go to myspace.com real quick. It says listen to music, watch videos, connect with people. Sounds like every website that anybody's pitched for the last 30 years.
There's the homepage. You can like search
Look.
artist up here in the top corner.
Kind of a lively
genre.
homepage.
Yeah.
No auto playing music though.
Look,
They've lost
Charlie
their way.
XCX.
There, Charlie XCX.
Shout out to our girl.
I
Brad
have
Summer.
never
Shout
heard
out.
of that human being before this segment right here, and now I've seen her twice.
Very millennial of you.
Very Oh, didn't land
Learn how
it.
to talk, Gen Z.
Hey,
Freaking nerd.
I was trying to just get in real quick. Trying to get in.
Holy Crosser Day. Well, you're dead. All right, when we get back, more OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
He has a shirt on, guys. He went to Holy Cross. He has a Holy Crosser Day sweater on. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com is the website. You need a brand new vehicle. You want to go to All-Star Toyota, or if you want a Toyota certified used vehicle where you still get a great warranty coverage, they're right there off of Airline in Goodwood. You can always custom order as well right there online with All-Star Toyota Express, or you can go ahead and see them and custom order. You select your level of warranty when you purchase the car so that you can have a number of things covered up to how much you want per month. It really is a great process every single step along the way. And remember, guys, the All-Star Toyota Service Center is fantastic for all car owners, okay? All makes and models are welcome. Doesn't have to be All-Star, doesn't have to be Toyota. So, you need a new vehicle, you and your family, whether it's a big old truck, maybe a minivan, maybe a luxury SUV like the Sequoia. Check out the hybrids where you're going to save a ton of money on gas. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're
on Fridays, OTB. To get you ready for the weekend, we'll have a little day 2 recap of Saints training camp. Some news leaking out of the massive Bayou Splash recruiting weekend. Off the bench, 7 to 10 a.m., 104.5 ESPN.
I can't wait till I get you on the floor, good looking. Hey, going hot, so hot, just like an oven. And I'll burn myself, I just had to touch it.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Set off air. Person living the most brat summer right now, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, a little messy.
Having fun, being a little bit messy.
Probably thought you weren't going to get pulled over in the Hamptons, but, hey.
And then you thought probably the cop was going to know who you are, but they were Gen Z.
They got the Athens PD up there, man.
This discrimination needs to stop. We are good people, okay? Well, I can't speak for everybody.
What you're going through right now is the same thing that every generation goes through. You just got to take your licks. It's like hazing, right? I, too, got spanked when I was coming up on the team. Like, you just got to take it, and then you're a part of the club. We used to get so defensive about being millennial and whatnot, and blah. I mean, I
millennial's
never
kind of cool. It's a cool name.
You think that, though?
Gen Z. No, you got to. The thing is, you got to go back to what Tyrion Lannister says in Game of Thrones.
You got to.
Yes.
When somebody seeks to attack you with something that should be an insecurity for you, what do? You get defensive?
T-Bob often does, yes.
No, I do not. Even though, well, I guess I'm being defensive in saying that. So it's a little problematic. But, no, you wrap yourself up in it. You make it your shield. It's the 8 Mile technique that we always talk about.
Like how much you hate A&M?
I got no problem with A&M. Yeah. I think A&M's, they're fine. There's a lot of fine people at Texas A&M.
Normally I bring up A&M and T-Bob leaves with just fire flowing out of his head.
Look, he's
like, I don't hate him. I don't think about him ever.
F him, dude.
Who do you hate more, Kentucky or A&M?
I don't hate Kentucky, guys. I love Kentucky.
Yes, you do.
Nah, you hate Kentucky.
I want more. No. Y'all hate Kentucky.
What?
Because y'all gaslight into Kentucky into saying you should be happy with paying $9 million a year for 8 wins. I think Kentucky could be better. Y'all sit here and say they're great because they're crap. Y'all tell Kentucky constantly y'all are so bad that this is the best you can be. And I don't agree.
Stockholm.
I think they can be better. I mean, true or false?
I don't know.
Okay. No. Exactly. Jake, you tell Kentucky all the time that the whole reason they should be happy with Mark Stoops is because how bad they were before.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
They would be much worse if he was not there.
I don't think that's true anymore. I think Mark Stoops was the right man at the time. I think he unlocked something. I think Kentucky can go higher. Can you take me higher? No.
I mean, Joker Phillips before Mark Stoops took over was 6-7, 5-7, 2-10.
Bro, his name was Joker. That's on you. Can't hire a head coach named Joker Phillips. What are we talking about here? Mark Stoops is a great name. Couple monosyllabic names.
Rich Brooks
together.
Before then was 4-8, 2-9, 3-8, 8-5, 8-5, 7-6,
hey, how about
7-6.
this? A couple 8-5 seasons, 7-6, 7-6. I mean, that's Mark Stoops right there. Last 4 years. But
Mark Stoops has multiple 10-win seasons. Nobody else has that in Kentucky football history.
Again, I don't hate Kentucky. I just think Kentucky can be better. That's all I'm saying.
You just
I think
want more
Kentucky
for
can be
them.
better. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna sit here and gaslight them and tell them they're crap. I'm gonna encourage them and tell them they can be better and they should strive for better.
That's a very millennial parenting style.
Oh God, I love all the millennial parenting memes where we're all just so soft and like
gentle parenting.
How are you feeling about this?
I know you're upset right now, and that's okay to be upset. Sometimes we all get upset.
Probably for the first time ever the other night, I just straight up snatched my daughters and tossed them in bed. I mean, snatched. They were just breaking down.
Did they cry?
Were too
they were
tired.
like, "What just happened?"
Yeah, and of course later I came back and went, look, Dad, I love you so much. I'm very proud of you.
I got very upset.
You're a great girl. You know, y'all are the best. Excellent daughters, great sister.
My generation will be way worse.
Right now,
I had so many
not
moments
acting
like
how
that.
I need you to act.
I had that exact conversation with my children. I like yelled at them, and they both were like, ah.
Yeah, so freaked out.
And so I just stood there and I had to breathe for a minute, and then I had to talk
Mommy
to
loves
each
you.
individually. I took them aside and I was like,
Yep.
I yelled, and I'm sorry,
Yep.
but you got to act right. You got to listen to me,
Yep.
and that won't happen anymore. I mean, and I was like, what am I doing right now? Like as I'm doing it, I'm like, what is happening? But you know what? We're just gonna ride it out. We're gonna see.
It's
I come from that Joey Hester school of parenting where it's just more yelling.
I mean, do you get after the boys?
Same.
though?
I come
Because-
from also that same. And so I'm like, maybe because of that, like maybe I'm trying to do this other thing. I'm finding myself more in the middle, you know? But I'm trying really hard to be gentle.
Do you get after the boys though? Because like they're very well behaved, but I've never seen y'all really yell at them. I've seen Katie put Jackson in a headlock before, which was very impressive.
sure.
But it was kind of in a fun, playful way. Like, do you get pretty stern with them?
The older they get, I think the more stern that you can get.
Yeah,
now
that's
we
true.
don't have to do a lot of that, like you said. Like they're very well behaved, but like Jackson's 14 and he's 6'1", 240, so I can be pretty stern with him. You know what I
starting
mean?
to buck against the chains a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
My guy
Yeah.
wants to run.
Wait.
Pop the shoot.
Why are y'all just speeding past that? You just said your 14-year-old
Yeah,
is
I know.
6'1", 240?
Yeah, he's a big boy, dude. I see him walking in the halls at U-High when I go to my daughter's kindergarten. I'm like, he's just a giant.
What is happening right now? What are you feeding this?
He's
What
a
are you
big one.
feeding him?
I think my
all the
freshman
things.
year, so he's a
All of
freshman.
All
at
the
four-
things, anything,
Jake
everything.
feeds him smaller children.
At
so that he can
14,
grow.
I think I was like 5'8",
Exactly.
like 160 maybe or something like that. Like, yeah, that's crazy.
I feel like that's
Yeah,
the year that all the
I
boys
was
start to catch up.
185.
Yeah.
I remember like vividly 14 years old. I was like 5'9", 185.
You still solid though at 14. At 5'9", 185. Like that's a good size for a 14-year-old.
Maybe I was like 5'9", 180 actually. I think that makes more sense. I was never 160. What am I talking about?
was never 160?
Nah, never. I just skipped right over it. All right, let's go to Ask the Bench next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
KTZ window coverings. Go to KTOZblinds.com, y'all, and you can get window coverings that wow, okay? You want to take your home, your office, your whatever to the next level with the correct blinds, shutters, drapery, shades, any and all of it. It's all at K to Z. And they come out of your home and look, they look at exactly how the sunlight interacts with your home at every single moment of the day, right? And through that, I think this has been one of the most interesting parts about K to Z is realizing the depth to which the impact that they can have on your home and your living situation. It's saving money when you're talking about literally cutting down on your cooling bills. If you have like a baby room, blanket room, master bedroom, it helps you sleep. If you work like graveyard shifts, if you need to, you're grilling and chilling outside, you get some exterior shades, all of a sudden you're like, it can change for, this is what I would say, from a price to effect standpoint, it's insane how much K to Z can change how your home feels. So go to KTOZblinds.com, take advantage today, call 225-228-0855, K to Z window cover.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com.
Érase una vez un Infinity, diseñado para despertar tu imaginación y desafiarte a soñar, con 3 lujosas filas de asientos. El totalmente nuevo Infinity QX80 de 3 filas.
Performing is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. So it's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756.
Join me for a Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show, presented by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. Preston Guy talking Tigers, little recruiting. Mark Culkin from WeAreSC.com talks about the USC Trojans, LSU's opening opponent, and the Olympics start. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 11:30 The Tiger.
So Snoop's going to be, or he already has been, an Olympic torchbearer?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Wait, hold on. Jordan, turn on Taylor's mic.
He's like, yeah.
Paris suburbs yesterday carried the torch down the street.
Okay.
And that wasn't the official torch, but it was
Yeah,
a torch
because
nonetheless.
LeBron and Coco, they're carrying the.
I thought they're carrying the flag. Yes,
Oh,
they
okay,
are
okay.
they are our leaders.
I feel like I knew one of my good friends, Lauren, who you've talked to, her uncle carried one of the torches one time, maybe Atlanta or something.
That would make sense, but nothing's more badass. I think it's Barcelona. When did that archer hit that flaming arrow to the torch? Y'all remember what I'm talking about? Like, it's been carried the whole way.
Barcelona in 92?
I think it was in that Barcelona 92. They carried the torch the whole way, and he has to straight up hit a flaming arrow shot to hit the main torch and light it up, and everybody's watching.
Mm-hmm.
The whole world's watching, and our guy freaking nailed it.
Love that.
Goose. Actually, look that video up, Taylor.
Wait, did you see really quick?
Yeah.
We'll get into that. But did you see? I might be making this up, or it might be just somebody on the internet just writing something and me believing it. But is the Winter Olympics? Did Utah, Salt Lake City?
They won like the 2032 bid or something.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
sometime in the
exciting.
2030s, we'll be back in Salt Lake.
We're back.
Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Curse Light. Visit our hotels of Blue Moon Light Sky, Citrus Sweet. Must-have fixins in the crawfish boil, the ones you can do without, and the ones you can do without.
Oof, potatoes, 100%.
I want all of them. I don't want. Garlic, potatoes, sausage, corn. I need all those.
You know something?
Anything else I could leave or
Someone
take.
snuck in to one I went to recently, and I was like, Brussels sprouts. That was really good.
Yeah, I've had those, but I could leave them though. Like,
I could
they're
leave
fine,
those, but
I
they
could
were
leave them.
really good.
But like, I need garlic, I need potatoes, I need sausage, I need corn.
I forgot I had a cough button over here now. Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, you're not used to it in that seat. Ask the Bench. I've asked this 4 days in a row and it's been overlooked. Oh, what's the question though? What? What are you pointing to? Oh, this is the video. Look at this guy. 92 Barcelona. Flaming arrow. Whole world watching.
Is that
You
a crop
have
top?
to. What if he misses this shot? What if he misses this shot?
Do you know how many times he's practiced
Look at that, dude. Let's go. Let's go. Get
That's an
hype.
alpha move right there.
Alpha. Ask the bench. Is Tears for Fears officially dead? That's on us. We should have told Jordan. It's not on him.
It's
That's
not
on
his
me.
fault.
I'll
Yeah.
take the
Elijah
L.
played it yesterday. It was her Friday.
Oh yeah, that's true. I know. I had a bump song I wanted to come in on, but she told me we had to wait until she's back.
Ask the bench. Spencer P says Rivers over here aging in reverse, Benjamin Button style. Spill the skincare secret.
Spencer,
Okay,
I know
Spencer,
that's not
relax.
true, but you know
Spencer's
what?
simping.
I'm gonna carry that for the rest of the
We're
day.
like simping.
I'm gonna carry that for the rest of the day. I do not appreciate that, Taylor. But I'm gonna carry it with me for the rest of the day.
Ask the bench. Hold the Mail wants to know, will Derek Carr have his third straight day without throwing a pick in practice today?
Hell no.
Hell yeah, he will. Bro, you need to stop hating, dog.
Bro, I'm not hating, man. I'm being
Yeah,
a
you
realist.
It feels a little like
How
you're
are you
hating.
how are you being a realist?
Because blind
The
optimism
Saints were
bothers
the
me.
9th highest scoring team in the NFL last year.
I don't understand how
cares?
Jordan
We
is
didn't
such a
make the playoffs.
diehard Saints fan and just hates his quarterback. That makes no sense to me.
Shut up, Taylor.
Mr. Dak hater.
Well, I think that's
Yeah,
a joke.
I
So
know,
now
I
you
get
stumbled
it.
into his
I get
own.
it.
You stumbled into his own
No,
stab.
oh my goodness. I know.
I don't think you do know. Then you didn't play it well. If you did know. Ask
No,
the
but
bench who's
you're
going to see
swinging in the
Deadpool
dirt.
this weekend. My family's out of town. I'm going to a matinee tomorrow. I can't wait.
Oh, that's fun.
I
That
know.
movie seems like it's gonna be really good.
Going tonight.
Yes,
I'll let you know how
I
it is.
have. I mean, look, Deadpool 1 was a masterpiece. I remember thinking 2 was very funny. I've never watched it again, but if you're talking about a public friendship, who doesn't love Hugh Jackman
I was
and
gonna say
Ryan
their
Reynolds?
rapport is incredible
unreal.
off screen, so I imagine on screen it's so good.
Hold the Mayo's now panicking because he meant his third day in a row throwing a pick, not throwing a pick.
He is all caps in the chat. He's screaming at us.
I know we locked in, Dev. I know what you meant.
Ben Levy says, I'm going to see Deadpool Wolverine in an hour. Is chicken tenders, 3 beers, and popcorn too aggressive for an 11 a.m.
Yes.
movie?
I think
No, dude. Live your life, Ben.
Food at the movie theater that's not like a food movie theater is so weird.
I
think
hate
it's
that
so
I
weird.
agree.
I do.
I
I,
hate
think
that
it's
I
weird. Just
agree.
get candy and popcorn like a normal person.
I hate that I agree. I'm on a popcorn and Coke.
Oh, I love
icy,
a good
that's all I
pretzel,
do.
though.
Yeah,
But
that's,
yeah,
fine.
that's a normal
but that's
food.
movie
Yes,
theater.
that's
But
fine.
that's normal
I'm talking
movie
like
theater
chicken
food.
tenders, pizza, hot dogs. Who's
Yeah.
eating a hot dog? In the
I
movie?
also hate when you go to a place where they deliver
The
the
Hester
food because I don't
boys.
want anybody walking in front of me.
Yes.
The hell
Even if
outta
there's a
here,
lot of
dude.
space, you're still in front of me.
You're still in front of me. It's
And you got to
it's
do that weird
disrupting.
crouch where it's dark.
Distract. Yeah, and they got a little flashlight.
Hey.
All right, we love you. We'll see you Monday for some more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Community Steel Company, CommunitySteelCo.com. You need steel. I know you do. I know. Speaking of Hugh Jackman, you want real steel? It's right there in Gonzales, Louisiana. Purlin, tubing, trim, sheet metal, roofing, metal buildings. In fact, you go over and you see Community Steel, and you can walk through the buildings like a model home and see exactly what you're buying. And that's what I love. Well, I love a few things. First off, I love the fact they're local because it means they have a live and human sales team that you get to know. And so for your residential and commercial needs, they can better serve them. I love the price because unlike these national companies that can take advantage of you, they buy straight from the wholesaler, they manufacture, and they don't jack up the price. No middlemen just getting involved, getting their dirty hands in there. So you get the best price, get a great product that you can literally touch and see, and you get the best customer service. All at Community Steel Company, CommunitySteelCo.com.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.